Good evening and welcome to Glasgow. We are here at the Tollcross International Swimming Centre for the 2015 IPC Swimming World Championships. We are looking forward to the fourth night of finals here at these championships. I'm joined for this evening by Giles Long. Good evening, Giles.
Good evening, Paul. Some good racing ahead of us tonight.
Absolutely, some fantastic heat swims this morning, and here's some of the highlights. Summer Mortimer was a Paralympic champion in London for Canada. She is now swimming for the Netherlands and was well ahead of the field in her heat, and not only that, she dipped under her own world record by 4/100ths of a second. Bit of a shock to us in the commentary box, a bigger shock it seemed to Summer Mortimer in the pool. Delighted with that one. Viktoria Savtsova, well, she took it out very hard in the S6 50 metres freestyle for women, coming in again ahead of the field and only 2/100 short of the world record, 34.79. The Ukrainians are on great form here at these championships, none more so than Mareshko, her Ukrainian teammate in the same event. She went in the heat after Savtsova. She was challenged by the young 13-year-old Australian Tiffany Thomas-Kane. A real battle between those two, and Mareshko won the battle and claimed a new world record time. So a world record swim in the heat for Mareshko. That will be a fantastic final to look forward to. Anna Stetsenko, another Ukrainian, was in great form. She has recently set a world record in the 400 freestyle for visually impaired athletes. She set a new championship record in winning her heat comfortably. She will be a force to be reckoned with tonight. And here is what we are looking forward to tonight. We do start with the 400 freestyles for the S13 class. Move on to the 100 freestyle for S8. We have the visually impaired swimmers in the S11 class in the 200 metres individual medley. 100 backstroke for women in the S10 class. Watch out for Summer Mortimer in there. The men's and women's 200 IM. We move then to the lower classification, men's 100 freestyle S4 into the sprints. We all love the sprints there. The 50 freestyles, 50 butterflies, 50 backstroke for the S1s, 100 breaststroke for the visually impaired swimmers, and finish with a very exciting women's 4x100 metres freestyle relay. Well, Giles, a lot to look forward to tonight, and
well, this man, Bradley Snyder, has been absolutely sensational this week, hasn't he?
He's won 2 gold medals already for the USA team, and they stand third in the medal table with 8 golds in all. The Russian Federation had a great night yesterday with 7 gold medals from the 21 events. Ukraine in second, but they have a good night in prospect with 10 gold medals. Australia, Brazil and Netherlands equal on 4. The Netherlands with a couple of great chances for more gold medals tonight. New Zealand also in with a shout of golds tonight. Ihar Boki is the sole gold medal winner for the Belarus team, and China have some strong prospects coming later in the week. Great Britain got off the mark in terms of gold medal standings last night with Ollie Hind, and the host nation lie 12th in the medal table with 15 medals in total. This is the start list for the 400 metres freestyle for men S13. Here are the swimmers, Giles, and there is the man to beat, Ihar Boki, the world record holder for Belarus. Alexander Kolentovsky from Russia goes in the outside lane. Next to him, Jacob Templeman, young Australian. Can he force himself into the medal reckoning? More likely contender for the medals, Braden Jason, second in the world rankings this year. And there is Ihar Boki. He looked as smooth as silk. Ihar Boki this morning. Yaroslav Denisenko, the man who pushed Boki in the World Championships in Montreal. And Dmitry Horlin, can he win Uzbekistan's first medal at a World Championships? Sergei Punko, Paralympic medalist in the last 4 Paralympic Games, and the world record holder for the S12 class, Danilo Chufarov from Ukraine in the outside lane. So 2 world record holders in this one. It is a combined event, but just 1 set of medals to play for. Denisenko is the man most likely to challenge the great Ihar Boki from Belarus.
Take your marks.
Well, a good start. Denisenko, I think as you said, Paul, the fastest ranked swimmer in the world this year. Went 3:58.41 in Berlin in Germany back in April. But look at this. Boki's turnover is absolutely ridiculous. It's so comfortable to the point where he looks like he's playing with the rest of the field. He's so good around the wall. He's streamlining, comes up, look at that. And there is a very strategic race going on here. Also going well in lane number 1. Kolentovsky of Russia, looking smooth indeed. Opted to go without a swim hat. You get a better feel of the water around your head, Paul, but of course not as streamlined as if you wore one.
Well, he's got a pretty short haircut, Kolentovsky, so he's not getting much of a drag from his hair. He hasn't got hair like Ollie Hind, that's for sure.
He hasn't. Who has?
Well, I think this is going to be a great contest between the two in the centre. Denisenko and Boki, gold and silver in the last World Championships. There was only a second separating the two of them in Montreal. Boki coming out on top, and that was where the world record was set. So both of these swimmers capable of going well under the 4-minute mark. And well, could this be a chink in Ihar Boki's armour here? They both look extremely comfortable there. Golentowski holding on for 3rd position, and Dmitry Holin from Uzbekistan in 4th position at the moment, in with a good shout of winning Uzbekistan's first World Championship medalist here at the IPC Worlds. But Denisenko has it. 3/100ths of a second is the difference. They're almost in formation here.
Well, S13 is for those with a visual impairment, but it is for those with the most minimal visual impairment. These swimmers will be able to see each other in the lane next door, and I think really, Paul, they know it's just going to be between them two for the gold medal, and very much a strategic game, and it's almost a game of chicken, isn't it? Who's going to start winding up first and who can hang on the longest? Well, Boki is a blistering 100-metre man, but Denisenko certainly no slouch.
Well, you've got to think this is playing into Boki's hands here, because they went through the halfway stage in 2:01, so you've got to think they have a little bit left in the tank. That's comfortable pacing. Remember, they both are sub-4-minute 400 freestylers, so you'd expect them to be a little bit faster at this point. It has been very strategic, and it's all going to come down to the sprint.
It certainly is. Boki now just nudging the pace. Denisenko determined to not let him get away. Boki's so much more efficient, though. Look at that. You see Denisenko, his head lifts his head out of the water each time. But here they come now, and they are really beginning to wind it up. Look at Boki now. He's practically shoved his stroke rate right through the roof as he winds it up now into the end of this 400 metres.
Well, here comes Ihar Boki. That was what we thought might happen. It all came down to the sprint finish, and the king of the sprint is Ihar Boki. He's on his way to another gold medal here for Belarus. It is under the 4-minute mark. It's a negative split for the second half of that race for Ihar Boki. The second half faster than the first. Denisenko in 2nd position, and it is a first World Championship medal for Uzbekistan. 4:09.36 for Dmitry Holin, a new Asian record.
Well, it really was an absolutely superb demonstration from Ihar Boki. All about the pace. He was actually quite far away from his best time in the end. There's Denisenko, and really he let himself be played by Ihar Boki of Belarus, who just tightened the screw. And here you can see the hands coming over, and they pierce the water so perfectly that you can see them underneath. And this is where the pace changed gear and the stroke rate went up. There we go, a handshake between the two great rivals.
Ihar Boki wins the world title in 3:59.48. Denisenko the silver, and Dmitry Holin the bronze for Uzbekistan. The finalists for the women's 400 freestyle S13. Well, the swimmers there, Marta Maria Gomez Balotelli for Spain. First of 3 Spanish swimmers in this one. Daraya Stukalova broke the hearts of the Britain fans, the hosts here last night, beating Hannah Russell. Naomi Maika Schnittger, very colourful nails there for the German. She'll have a chance. Anna Stetsenko, world record holder, will be the favourite. But Rebecca Myers from the USA in great form. Can she challenge? Edo Beltran from Spain goes in lane 6. There's a reserve swimmer, Maria Delgado Nadal, in lane 7. And the 8th swimmer is Italian Alicia Berra. Well, Anna Stetsenko, world record holder, set that record in Berlin this April. Rebecca Myers is very, very tough, and she already with a gold medal to her name in the 200 individual medley and a world record swim for that 200 meters individual medley. Upright for Rebecca Myers.
Well, Myers very slow out the blocks there, but lane number 6, Adriana Ido Beltran of Spain, was very quick off the blocks, but quickly now we're seeing Myers beginning to stamp her authority on this. Stetsenko as well in lane number 4. Well, she was through quickest in qualifying and is fastest in the world this year, 4:23.01. So that very quick meet in Berlin back in April, Paul.
We saw Stetsenko set a world record there. Hannah Russell also set a world record for Great Britain in Berlin at that meet. She was due to swim in this final, but she has withdrawn, and she has been replaced by Delgado Nadal. So we should have had 2 world record holders in this one, but we still have one, and Anna Stetsenko is going extremely well. She is, at the moment, behind Rebecca Myers from the USA. Rebecca Myers really come on in the last couple of years, medalist in the Paralympic Games in London, but this is the first championships where she's hitting the top spot on that podium.
Well, I think she's trying to frighten Anna Stetsenko here. She's taken the pace out very quickly indeed, and hoping, I think, that Stetsenko will go with her and force the Ukrainian into a style of swimming that she isn't perhaps used to.
Well, can Stetsenko, the world record holder, come back against the USA swimmer? She's definitely not out of this one yet. They're coming down to halfway now. Just have a check on the splits. When Stetsenko set this record in Berlin, she went through in 2:11.08. So Myers, a second and a half inside world record pace. This is absolutely sensational. Myers' best time prior to this was 4:25.04, and the world record stands at 4:23.01. But Rebecca Myers certainly swimming beyond that time at the moment and still looking strong. Stetsenko in second place, but the gap is almost 3 seconds, 2.5 seconds, and it is the German Naomi Maike Schnitger, just with a little tussle there with Daria Sokolova and Adriana Ido Beltran from Spain. So Rebecca Myers looking very, very good at the moment.
Well, the fitness that she has got coming into this event has been significantly higher than we've seen her swimming at previous competitions. Has quite a short ranging stroke. There's not the long reach that we'd expect to see, but the legs just switching there, just balancing out the arms. The left leg going down as the right arm enters, and vice versa. And well, she doesn't look to be slowing down at all, Paul. If anything, it looks like the pace is slightly increasing. We'll have to wait and see what comes out of the clock, but this is going to be a fantastic swim for Rebecca Myers.
Well, she is still well within world record pace. She is in excess of 2 seconds faster than the time that Anna Stetsenko went in Berlin earlier this year to set the record. She has a substantial lead going in to the last 50 now. She will be leaving nothing to chance. Remember, these are visually impaired swimmers. She will just not be 100% where Anna Stetsenko is in the pool, so she is just going to leave everything in the pool now. Rebecca Myers coming home. Surely it is going to be a massive world record swim for Rebecca Myers to win this 400 freestyle S13. It's going to be gold to Rebecca Myers of the USA. It's 4:21.66. It's a new world record for Rebecca Myers. Anna Stetsenko in the silver medal position. The bronze medal looks like it is going to Spain. Adriano Edo Beltran, the Spaniard, comes in third position, just ahead of Naomi Maike-Schnitger, the German. But what a fantastic swim from Rebecca Myers of the USA.
Well, it was utterly uncompromising, wasn't it? Right from the start. She not that great out of the start, which we'd expect. She's never been a great starter, but has that almost a kind of metronomic, brutal stroke. Here we see Delgado, Nadal coming in. Oh, and the swimmers have started moving across the lanes.
Oh, that's not good.
That might cause a disqualification. Swimmers are not allowed to move lanes until the referee has told them to do so. Well, we'll have to wait and see what happens there. There you can see Rebecca Myers in the central lane, lane 5. She comes up very quickly. She's actually relatively slow out of the blocks. Here you can see that, almost that sort of staccato stroke that she has. It's quite unusual if you think back to Iha Boki's race beforehand, which was so much more rangy and long and languid. And there, when she hears the time, obviously she can't see the clock, but when she heard the time, massive celebration for that new world record mark.
Start list for the men's 100 freestyle S8. Caio Oliveira from Brazil in lane number 1. Zach McAllister goes in lane 2 for Canadian team. Konstantin Lysenkov, he will be in the shake-up for the medals. Denis Tarasov, his great friend and teammate, the world record holder, is against the Paralympic champion right next to him, Wang Yinan from China. Bohdan Hornenko, relay medalist on day 1 of these championships. Blake Cochran, silver medalist in the breaststroke, goes in lane 7. And Andre Guillain, he had a good butterfly swim earlier this week. He goes in lane number 8. But Denis Tarasov, well, he has had a couple of titanic battles with Wang Yinan over the last couple of major championships. It is Denis Tarasov
Take your marks.
in the centre lane. And Yinan next to him in lane number 5, and it was a good start from the two in the yellow lanes in the centre.
Very, very tough race to win if you want to beat Denis Tarasov, the world record holder, 56.27, already taking big control of this lead. Unusual style, lolloping freestyle, but he's pretty good round the wall. Yang comes back at him ever so slightly there. You'd expect to see that. Denis Tarasov affected function in his legs, but he's making mincemeat of the rest of the field here, Paul.
He certainly is. He just suddenly turned on the power there, Denis Tarasov. It did look like Wang Yinan was coming alongside Denis Tarasov, but Tarasov had other ideas. He is going away from the rest of the field. Keep an eye on the clock. It is another new world record for Denis Tarasov of the Russian Federation. 55.84 for Denis Tarasov. Absolutely superb. He knocks half a second off his own world record mark. Great swim from Denis Tarasov of Russia. Wang Yinan, the silver medal, and Konstantin Lysenkov makes it 2 medals for Russia. But there was nothing that Lysenkov and Wang could do about Tarasov.
Well, Denis Tarasov, even though he's in this S8 class, he has all-round power with all 4 limbs affected, but in a mild way. And what that does is it allows him to maintain balance on his freestyle. There you can see head charging through the water. He's like a nuclear submarine. There's the finish. Could have rolled more onto his side, I think, Paul, but I think he has to swim a bit boxy because of his impairment.
He's left a bit more for another crack at the world record next year in Rio. Denis Tarasov takes the men's 100 freestyle S8 in a world record time. Wang Yunan for China in silver. Konstantin Lysenko from Russia in bronze. The finalists for the women's 100 freestyle S8. This promises to be a fantastic tussle between two or three main contenders in the middle lanes. Amelie Winter, the distance specialist, goes in lane number 1 for Denmark. Mackenzie Cohen for USA in 2. Lakeisha Patterson, Commonwealth Games medalist last year, 16 years of age, alongside her 16 years of age teammate Madison Elliott, the world record holder. And next to her, the great champion Jessica Long from the USA. Morgan Bird from Canada, another Commonwealth Games swimmer, goes in lane 6. And Brickell Bro from USA in 7, the third USA swimmer. Jiang Shenan completes the lineup for China in lane number 8. But I think, Giles, Jessica Long,
well, she's got her work cut out, hasn't she, up against Madison Elliott and Lakeisha Patterson of Australia. Very quick women indeed.
Madison Elliott won the world title in Montreal 2 years ago. Bit of a shock win against Jessica Long since then. She has improved the world record time. Now stands at 105.32. Madison Elliott, as you would expect, gets away better than Jessica Long.
Well, it was a good start for Jessica Long, considering that she has to start on her knees, and already she's trying to reel Madison Elliott back in. But Elliott, with that kind of sort of slightly scrappy style, it's the turnover that generates the forward motion. The fast forward motion that she's got. Let's see how she goes around the wall. Expect her to have an advantage here over Jessica Long again. Well, and she increases that lead, and in fact, Lakeisha Patterson, for me, Paul, went past Jessica Long there, but expect the strength of Jessica Long start coming back against Patterson, but I think that she's going to have too much work now to do against Madison Elliott in lane number 4.
Well, we could be on for another world record swim here for Madison Elliott. It is definitely going to be another goal for Elliott, a goal for Australia. Is it going to be a world record time? It is going to be a massive world record for Madison Elliott. 104.71 for Elliott. She goes under the 105 for the very first time. It is second place for Jessica Long, third position for Lakeisha Patterson, but there was no doubt about the winner. It was Madison Elliott. She took it out strong and she finished like a train, and that is a massive world record for the young 16-year-old, and you can only think, Giles, she's only going to get faster.
She's only going to get faster, and what an asset she will be to the Australian 4x100 metres relay team. Big celebration there. Jessica Long going through the pleasantries, but not over the moon about it. That's that's for sure. Look at her face there. Well, there's Lakeisha Patterson. Did well for the bronze. Certainly quicker around the wall than Jessica Long, but the strength of Jessica Long just overhauling her. There's that scrappy style of Madison Elliott. It doesn't really matter how the hands go into the water, it's how quickly they go round. And then she has this huge celebration, and why not?
Fantastic. Madison Elliott is the champion here in Glasgow in a new world record time. Jessica Long the silver, Lakeisha Patterson the bronze. The finalists for the men's 200 metres individual medley in the SM11 class. Now, what an evening we have had so far here in Glasgow. Records almost all the way in the first few events. Makowski goes for Poland in lane 1, Zalewski in 2 for Ukraine. Next to his teammate Maschenko The favourite for this one, Israel Oliver, championship record holder from Spain. Keiichi Kimura, very strong breaststroke swimmer, goes in lane number 5. Viktor Smirnov, the experienced man from Ukraine, goes in 6. Aaron Drake, medalist in the 400 freestyle here in Glasgow, goes in 7. And Sergio Zayas finished strongly in the freestyle. He's trying to G up the supporters in the crowd, the Argentinian. Of course, this is 200 metres individual medley for the S11 class. Swimmers who have no vision at all. They are wearing blacked out goggles, so they will be able to see nothing.
Take your marks.
No light or anything as they dive into the pool. The S11 class, you'll see the tappers as we go to the end of each lane. They will signify where the turns are and when the swimmers have to turn. And very important that they do say straight off the start here. And, well, there's a couple of swimmers. Viktor Smirnov there, looks like he's banging into the lane ropes already.
Well, Israel Oliver has already had a couple of hits early on as well. Very difficult tap to get right this, because the head is above the water for such little amount of time. Both the leaders, Israel Oliver and Keiichi Kimura, Japan in the black hat nearest us, got good taps. Israel Oliver, of course, a much better backstroker than Kimura. Expect him to come into his own as they go on to the breaststroke. Mashenko of the Ukraine having a good backstroke leg here, but I don't think it's going to be good enough to go past Israel Oliver. This tap, of course, on the backstroke has to come in almost as sort of slightly on the diagonal to avoid the arm that's coming over the top. There we see it there. Oh, it's a good turn from Israel Oliver.
It's actually on the arm there, I think, for Israel Oliver, it looked like. And that's obviously the technique that suits him. But Maschenko, well, he is the breaststroke champion, Paralympic champion in breaststroke. And he is trying to come back on the Spanish swimmer. Kimura, also a strong breaststroker. There is Maschenko. Just that little kind of kink of the head as he comes up to breathe on that breaststroke.
Well, the breaststroke tap, as with the butterfly, another difficult one to get right. Most will probably go for a tap on the back rather than on the head. And this turn, really important here. Both Israel Oliver and Mashenko pretty much matched there, but Mashenko was better underwater. And Israel Oliver has hit the lane rope a couple of times there, and Mashenko is going to take advantage of that, and looks to me, Paul, to be overhauling the Spaniard.
Oh, Mashenko going well. Can Israel Oliver get off the lane ropes here? Mashenko with the better technique in the closing stages here. Israel Oliver really struggling, and he's been challenged for the silver medal position, but I think it is going to go to Mashenko from Ukraine. It's gold to Mashenko, silver to Oliver, and bronze to Kimura. But a great freestyle for Alexander Maschenko to get in ahead of Israel Oliver. And boy, that was not what we expected at all. Israel Oliver looked like he was really struggling on that freestyle, and he just couldn't get himself off those lane ropes.
Well, Mashenko really took advantage of that. Found a lane rope, held close to it, didn't risk going into the centre of the lane and losing orientation. It was actually a disappointing swim for Israel Oliver. He's been quite a lot quicker than 2:30.64. These swimmers, of course, won't know the result yet until they've had their goggles checked to make sure that they're completely opaque. Here's the start. And pretty much managed to get a square start, but here Israel Oliver, well, you can see his stroke has shortened considerably. He had so many hits during the race. And great tap for Mashenko. Finishes on the arm stretch. Here's the goggle check. And he's covering his eyes up there, Paul, because he's got his eyes, although he can't see, still have light sensitivity. And he's put them back on to stop the bright lights in the pool here.
Alexander Mashenko wins the gold medal here in Glasgow. Israel Oliver the silver, Kaichi Kimura the bronze. The finalists for the women's 200 metres individual medley S11. Great to see the reaction of these S11 swimmers when the result, they're aware of the result. Big smile there from the winner of the previous event. Rabellini goes in lane 1. Next to her in lane 2, Letitia Martinez. It's her birthday today. And she has made the final. That's 200 IM. Maja Reichard of Sweden. She'll be strong in the breaststroke leg. Daniela Schulte, of course, will be one of the favourites for this one, the German. She does have the stamina, won the 400 freestyle, but Mary Fisher, Paralympic champion, well, she will be the favourite for this one. 14-year-old Elizabeth Egel, big Estonian flags in the crowd tonight, a big night for the Estonian team. Podubna, the backstroke bronze medalist, is next to Elizabeth Egel, and in the outside lane, Yana Bereshna of Ukraine, Daniela Schulte, and Mary Fisher in the centre. You may have noticed, Giles, that the swimmer in lane 8, Yana Bereshna, wasn't wearing the blacked out goggles. Of course, we should clarify that you only have to wear blacked out goggles if you actually have eyes. So Yana Bereshna has 2 artificial eyes, so she doesn't have the requirement to wear the blacked out goggles.
Good fact. Well, Daniela Schulte on paper is the quickest coming into this meet. 2:52.02. She went through the heats in 2:55.38. A bit down on the field at the moment. Round the wall first, Mary Fisher of New Zealand, and what a fantastic swimming meet she's having, Paul.
She certainly is. Mary Fisher second in the 400 freestyle behind Daniela Schulte, but other than that, she has been on the top spot. 2 gold medals already for Mary Fisher, and she looks hoping to get another one, but she's a little bit struggling with the line there.
Well, Mary Fisher just hit the lane rope, and that cost her a lot of speed, and that meant that Daniela Schulte, who was catching her anyway, went level with her. Now, this is an interesting switch, because in the 400, we saw, there's the tap, both round together. Mary Fisher better underwater, only ekes out a few centimetres. But in the 400 metres, we saw that Daniela Schulte much better at maintaining a centre line down the lane, and that's so important for these completely blind swimmers. If they hit the lane rope, it's like it knocks you back, doesn't it? It really takes your speed out.
Well, these lane ropes are pretty solid. You see them moving about a little, but if you get caught on the lane ropes or in little gaps between the lane ropes, it will hurt you, that's for sure. And Daniela Schulte has got an advantage here. Mary Fisher, more of the sprinter. Daniela Schulte will have the stamina for this. Maja Reichard has picked up into 3rd position ahead of young Elizabeth Egel, but Daniela Schulte looking very, very good here. Can Mary Fisher make a charge here in the closing stages for New Zealand? It looks like Daniela Schulte maybe is going to take this one. The German swimmer, she wasn't the favourite in this one. Mary Fisher just getting her stroke back again. She is closing the gap with every stroke. This is going to be absolutely fantastic finish. Daniela Schulte alongside her, Mary Fisher. What a finish! It is going to be Mary Fisher will take it by 0.1 of a second in 2:52.46, and she timed it absolutely perfectly, Mary Fisher, but boy, did she leave it late. Daniela Schulte in 2nd position, and Maja Reichard in third for Sweden. But what a comeback from Mary Fisher.
Well, we keep talking, don't we, in these S11 races about the importance of the tap, and there you saw it played out to a T. That tap meaning the difference between gold and silver. Mary Fisher, well, in the end, it was a damage limitation race for her. It wasn't very quick, but she hit the lane rope so many times. It cost her so much time. But in the end, well, a well-drilled tap has put her in the middle of the medal podium. There we see, look at that, absolutely right in the centre of her forehead. There's no confusion at all. And here's the overhaul in the final 5 meters. Now, there you see, it happened so quickly, didn't it? But all the time these swimmers are working with their tappers to make sure that they know exactly how many strokes they've got left to go. And she's just been told, and
that's good.
Big smile from the Kiwi. A terrific performance.
The men's 100 metres backstroke final for the S10 class. Well, we talk about changing of the guard. We've been talking about that over this last few nights. And here we may see another youngster to win a major title. Dalton Herondine from the USA in 1. Ben Mahuot, 25 World Championship medalist to his name. In lane number 2, Andre Brazil, the gold medalist in this event back in 2010. But what can he do against this man, the world record holder, Olivier van der Voort from the Netherlands? He looks superb in the heats. Michael Anderson, Paralympic medalist from Beijing. In 5, Alec Elliott, teenager from Canada, in lane 6. Cardo Plumipool won medals in all the major championships. Big hope for Estonia. And Dennis Dubrov, 200 IM champion 2 nights ago in the outside lane. He may be a danger, but this young man, Giles, he was really smooth in the heat.
Well, we've been talking a lot about him all day, haven't we? There's Andre Brazil, already the champion in the 50 freestyle. Looks in great form, the Brazilian, so strong.
Olivier van der Voort is the world record holder. That time, 59.56, the first man under the 1 minute mark. We saw Andre Brazil go out fast this morning. Will he do the same? Well, it looks like it's a good start for lane number 5, Michael Anderson and Andre Brazil in lane number 3.
Well, Anderson absolutely crushed them all. Even Andre Brazil was left behind by him, but now moving through the field, Van der Voort with that very high head style, really holding his head up. Very smooth on the rollover onto the front, quick round the turn and good streamlined position. Anderson, though, better. Well, look at Andre Brazil. Took a chunk out of him there. Now the question is, can Van der Voort come back against the freestyle sprinter?
Well, Andre Brazil just throwing the arms back. It's much better technique from Van der Voort, but Andre Brazil looks like he might take this one. It'll be a real shock if he could do that. Andre Brazil is going to win his 2nd gold medal of these championships, and he does. It's 59.95 for Brazil. The first time he's gone under the 1 minute mark. Van der Voort cannot believe it. 1 minute point 62. Andre Brazil cannot believe it. He has ducked under the 1 minute mark. Well, we're talking into these championships. Is it the end of an era for the great man? I think the answer is no.
I think the answer is no indeed. Wow. I really did not see that coming at all. Poor old Oliver van der Voort. Well, there's Benoit Huot, picked up the bronze medal. And Van der Voort, well, he's got a bit to learn about racing at this level because he went slower than his heat time. You really cannot get away with that at this level because sooner or later, someone like Andre Brazil in your screens there will punish you for it. He was superb in the 50 freestyle. There we go. Look at that 100 backstroke. Just doesn't get any better. Leaning over and diving into it. Big celebration from the man from Brazil.
As the result of the women's 100 freestyle, Madison Elliott takes that in a world record time ahead of Jessica Long and Lakeisha Patterson. The men's 100 backstroke result is confirmed. Andre Brazil takes it in a championship record under the 1 minute mark for the first time. Olivia van der Voort, silver for the Netherlands. Benoit Huot, the bronze for Canada. The women's 100 backstroke for the S10 classification. Margie Oosterhuis, the first of the 3 Netherlands swimmers in this one. She goes in lane 1. Bianca Paap, 15-year-old from Hungary, in lane number 2. Alice Tai, the 16-year-old from Great Britain, silver medalist last year in the Europeans. Can she pick up a world medal? Summer Mortimer, world record holder, set that world record in the heats. Sophie Pascoe, the Paralympic champion from 2008. Annelle Roulet, another teenager, 19-year-old from France, next to the 14-year-old Lisa Kruger, the 3rd Netherlands swimmer. And the winner of a swim-off this afternoon to gain the last place in this final is Nina Ryabova of the Russian Federation. Well, Summer Mortimer, she looks so easy in the heats this morning. A world record which surprised her. A real gasp from Summer Mortimer in lane 4. Sophie Pascoe in lane 5 will struggle to live with that pace, and Alice Tai was 3rd fastest into the final.
Well, Alice Tai was up first, but the best starts were in the centre of the pool. Summer Mortimer and Sophie Pascoe. Sophie Pascoe really starting to see the rest of the class around her tightening their grip on what used to be a whole host of gold medals that she used to win. She's still a class act, but Summer Mortimer, well, over first there and good underwater. It'll be interesting to see how Sophie Pascoe can come back, and she has done on level terms with Summer Mortimer. Look at that head position. Absolutely rock solid, and the arms roll around it. She really does a great job of minimising her functional loss and maximising what she has got. Coming into the final 15 now, Paul.
Summer Mortimer looks like she's got this one sewn up. There's nothing Sophie Pascoe can do about this. It is Summer Mortimer on her way to a gold medal. Is she going to get inside that world record mark again? Not quite, but it's gold to the Netherlands, silver to New Zealand, and bronze to Great Britain from Alice Tai in 108.46. But Summer Mortimer, well, not quite as fast as she went this morning, but she's just realised, I think, trying to interpret what's on the scoreboard. She has won the gold medal. Alice Tai is delighted with the silver, with the bronze, and Sophie Pascoe, well, she tried. Disappointed, I think, with the silver. I think she thought she had a chance against.
I think so. She certainly managed to rein Summer Mortimer back in over the turn, but just in sheer straight line swimming speed, Summer Mortimer really has it going on. It was a good swim, I think, from Alice Tai. Improved on her heat swim this morning. Went 108.46 in the final, 109.23 in the heats. And this is Summer Mortimer. Very good head position. Has a slight twitch as the arm comes over and gets the touch. Nice lean back into the wall. And this is her looking at the clock.
It is 50 metres away plus.
It is. Well, she's a very, very colourful character. Used to swim for Canada, now swims for the Netherlands. And there, big smile on her face.
Summer Mortimer is the champion here in Glasgow. Sophie Pascoe, the silver for New Zealand. Alice Tai picks up the bronze for Great Britain. Well, we move on to the first medal ceremony of the evening. Remember, if you do have any questions for Giles and myself, please tweet in at IP Swimming, hashtag Glasgow 2015. Giles will keep an eye on the tweets that are coming in. anything, any messages of good luck or best wishes or questions for us, we'll try to answer them if we have time. It's pretty quick fire here, so we'll try to put them in if we can. Well, here's a great moment for the Uzbekistan team. They came here with big hopes of picking up a medal, the first medal that Uzbekistan have picked up at the IPC Swimming World Championships, and that goes to Dmitry Horlin, a bronze medal in the 400 freestyle for the S13 class. Well, Denisenko really thought he may have had a chance against Ihar Bolki. They went out together and, well, really it was just too slow for Denisenko. I think maybe the tactic should have been for Denisenko to try and burn the finish out of Ihar Bolki, but that's never easy to do. Denisenko, the silver medal again, and the gold medal again goes to Ihar Bolki of Belarus. It is his fourth gold medal of these championships. Just 7 events available to each swimmer, 7 individual events. Would you bet against them getting 7 golds?
Well, that's a tough call, but often with these multi-gold medalists, you hear about them talking the medals table about if they were a country, where would they be? Well, Ihar Bolki is Belarus.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for your medal winners.
Well, Ihar Bolki, 4 gold medals for Belarus. That moves them up to the medal table. As we move to the women's 400 freestyle S13 classification. Well, we didn't see the final result for that one. There was that little issue with the swimmers leaving the water before the final swimmer was in, but it looks like that result is confirmed.
The winner of the bronze medal.
We hope so. They are presenting the medals for this 400 freestyle, and a very delighted Adriana Edel Beltran from Spain. Spanish team always been very strong in the visually impaired classes. Going back to the Barcelona Paralympics '92, which was sponsored by ONCE, an organisation for the blind in Spain, and ever since then, Spanish visually impaired swimmers have been very strong. There's Anna Stetsenko. Well, she came into this hot favourite. So we would have expected a gold medal from this one.
Yeah, the time wasn't great from her in the end. Good enough for silver, and she would have wanted to leave with the gold medal.
World champion in a world record time, representing the United States of America, Rebecca
Gold will of course go to this lady, Rebecca Myers. Well, she just bludgeoned them into submission with her pacing, and just started very, very quickly, kept that pace going through the middle, and brought it home almost as quickly as she'd set out. Very, very good freestyle swimming indeed from Rebecca Myers of the USA.
Ladies and gentlemen, please show your respect to the national anthem of the United States of America. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for your medal winners, and thank you, our medal presentation partner.
Excellent from Rebecca Myers. World record swim there for the American. 4:21.66. Second and a half off the mark, set by Anna Stetsenko in Berlin earlier this year. Nothing the Ukrainian could do about that.
Well, keep your tweets coming in using the hashtag Glasgow 2015. Lots and lots of tweets from Swimming Canada celebrating Ben Hero's 100 backstroke time and his bronze medal. Emmanuel Chizadza celebrating Alice Ty's bronze medal, as is Stephanie Slater.
Yeah, we didn't see the result for the 400 freestyle, but here is the confirmed result for the women's 400 freestyle S13. Rebecca Myers takes the gold medal in that world record time, 4:21.66. Stetsenko the silver, Edo Beltran the bronze. We'll move on to the next event. Is the men's 200 meters individual medley, SM7 classification. In the first lane is Jean-Michel Ravillier. Wang Junang goes in lane number 2 for China. Watch out for this man, Yevgeny Bodaiko. He will be one of the favourites for this one. Bodaiko in lane number 3. The world record holder, Matthew Levy. What can he do in lane number 4? Levy, champion ahead of Rudy Garcia Tolson. Experienced campaigner, Paralympic champion in 4 and 8. And there is Yang Hu-Jing. Andrei Gladkov, strength in the closing stages for the 400 metres champion, that's for sure. And this young man, Carlos Serrano Zarate, what a swim he had in the breaststroke 2 days ago to win the gold for Colombia. Well, danger all over the pool here, Giles. They have the specialists in a number of strokes here. Yevgeny Bodaiko, I kind of think he's probably the man who is the best all-rounder. He is the world record holder. He did cruise a little in the heats this morning. He will have a lot more to give. Rudy Garcia Tolson with that kind of slingshot off the start there.
Well, Bodaiko, he quite likes to play games through the heats, doesn't he, Paul? We often see him cruise, and then all of a sudden he will come out all guns blazing in the final. Well, a very kind of almost saucer-like butterfly he has there. It's like he's swimming up and down one side of a saucer, never quite manages to get over the top to create a dolphin action. He uses it to good effect. Up very, very quickly on the backstroke. Quite a lollop to his backstroke. He allows himself to rise up in the water and then sink back down again. It all uses energy. And nevertheless, he manages to balance that quite well with his feet, and he's certainly doing it better than anyone else in the pool at the moment. Moving up perhaps just a little bit, Garcia Tolson of the USA in lane number 5. Well, Matt Levy might challenge later on for the bronze, but so close to us here, Andrei Gladkov of Russia. Bohodajko was absolutely dreadful around the wall there. Very slow indeed, but he has got a great breaststroke.
Well, he has a better breaststroke certainly than Gladkov. Rizzi Garcia-Tolson is a good breaststroker too, as is Matt Levy, and they are staying pace with Yevgeny Bohodajko here. Matt Levy actually moving through ahead of the American into second position. Gladkov will be strong at the end, but he's dropping back on the breaststroke, completely out of the picture now. But Bohodajko, well, he looks like he may well have this one as they go on to the freestyle leg. Levy will be strong, but so will Bohodajko on that freestyle.
Well, this is where the medley really starts to burn, because these swimmers will now be very, very tired. They'll be at their maximum level of oxygen jet. And look at Bohodajko just starting to move away now comfortably from the rest of the field. Uneven, as you'd expect, but really does a good job of keeping the forward motion in a very smooth fashion.
This has been a masterclass from Yevgeny Bohodajko of the Ukraine. He is going to take this one in 2:34.46, a championship record. Matthew Levy comes in second position for Australia, and Andrei Gladkov recovered to take the bronze for the Russian Federation. And Gladkov was in the picture after the backstroke, completely blown away with the breaststroke, but came back with his very strong freestyle, but he couldn't catch Yevgeny Bohodajko. He was tough on that freestyle.
Well, we said he likes to play games. He went through the heat in 2:46. Well, he's just gone 2:34, so a full 12 seconds quicker from heats to finals. Matt Levy, well, it wasn't bad. He's been quicker this summer, but I don't think he could have possibly dropped to match the time of the winner, the Ukrainian. Matt Levy there, just looking back at the clock.
Well, another silver medal for Matt Levy from Australia, but Yevgeny Bohodajko, championship record 2:34, looked absolutely supreme. Bohodajko got off to a good start. He led after the butterfly leg. When they got onto the breaststroke, they all chased the Ukrainian, but when they got onto the freestyle, Matt Levy thought he may be able to challenge, but Bohodajko just swam away from the Australian.
Well, and hey, you know what? I think Bohodajko could have broken the world record had he have not had such a bad backstroke to breaststroke turn.
Bohodajko wins the gold in championship record. Matthew Levy from Australia, silver. Andrei Gladkov from Russia, the bronze. Finalists for the women's 200 metres individual medley for the SM7 class. There is Mina Clausen from Norway, and next to her is Zhang Jin from China. Courtney Jordan in lane number 3. She had a relaxed swim today. Nikita Howarth, though, with very fast heat swim, 3:01. Well, fast in terms of far ahead of the rest of the field. Tess Rutliff from Canada, lifetime best to qualify in second position next to her teammate Sarah Mihane. And Veronica Almeida in lane 7 from Brazil. One of my favourite names, Mary Makinen from Finland in lane 8. Well, Nikita Howarth won the world title 2 years ago as a 14-year-old in Montreal, just 16 now. Courtney Jordan, there's no doubt that the American will go faster tonight. Will she challenge the New Zealander? Can Tess Rutliff improve again on her lifetime best to get in amongst the medals.
Take your marks.
Oh, superb start from Nikita Howarth, the Kiwi in lane number 4. She's not great at getting up to the surface. That was led by Sarah Meehan of Canada in lane number 6. But the Kiwi's got quite a nice dolphin action. Arms come over, very separate motion from the feet. The feet really fill in the power gaps between the arms. And she almost swims it as if she's drilling it, Paul, as if she's practicing a certain part of the stroke. It's not bad around the wall, and she's quite good in the underwater section. But certainly up first on this backstroke, and a nice rolling backstroke.
Yeah, Courtney Jordan coming back into the picture now. Courtney Jordan will be looking to be within striking distance when they get to the freestyle, because Courtney Jordan is a really strong freestyler, the American, already 2 titles to her name at these championships in the freestyle event. So Courtney Jordan is now going past Nikita Howarth there. Also coming back, Zhang from China in 3rd position. Sarah Meehan going well for Canada in 4th at the moment. And Tess Rootliff will be hoping she can pick up in the second half of this race. But Courtney Jordan takes the lead for the USA, but Nikita Howarth, a good turn, immediately regains the lead for New Zealand.
Well, Courtney Jordan, on paper, 2nd fastest in the world coming into this meet, but look at this. Well, they say the medley is all about the breaststroke, and look at how Nikita Howarth of New Zealand is making the rest of the field pay here, right through the nose. Hands coming over, or shall I say, stump arms coming over together. It's lovely symmetrical swimming. We saw in the backstroke there's a bit of a disconnect between the legs and the arms, but here in the breaststroke, a much more fluid stroke. As the hands come together, there the feet fill in the gap, and she gets that glide section. Well, it's her against the clock now for the gold, Paul.
It is indeed. The world record is held by Mallory Wegerman of the USA. It's a tough standard, 248.43. Nikita Howarth has just blown everyone away on that breaststroke leg. It is Sarah Meehan from Canada in 2nd. Tess Rootliff has had a great breaststroke leg to come into 3rd position. Courtney Jordan in 4th at the moment for the USA. She will pull back on the freestyle, I am sure, but she is not going to pull back the deficit that she has on Nikita Howarth from New Zealand. Here comes Nikita Howarth with 15 metres to go. They are closing, there's no doubt about that, but the breaststroke leg has done the damage for the New Zealander, and Nikita Howarth is on her way to regain her own world title. Nikita Howarth takes it in 2:59. What a great freestyle leg from Rootliff. She was 5th at halfway, and she picked up to get the silver medal for Canada, and Courtney Jordan was good enough for the bronze for USA. But Nikita Howarth, it was all about that breaststroke leg. Pretty tight and before that, but Nikita Howarth was the master on that breaststroke.
Well, there are the finishers. Clausen in 1 and Mäkinen in lane number 8. Wow, what a devastating breaststroke from Nikita Howarth there. Congratulations to Courtney Jordan, gold medalist herself earlier in the week. But this young lady had a fantastic swim as well, didn't she?
Well, she came into this championship with a 3:12 as a personal best. She went 3:08 in the heats. She went 3:04 in the final. Very good performance there. Nikita Howarth, well, she will be ecstatic to retain that world title. She was the favourite, but as we've seen so often, even as the favourite, you've still got to come out and do it.
Yeah, well, here you see the backstroke to breaststroke turn. I mean, Nikita Howarth just all of a sudden just sprang into life, didn't she? Freestyle, well, if it had been tighter, I think she probably would have lost it there, but she'd absolutely decimated the field with the breaststroke, and they just didn't really stand a chance.
Nikita Howarth wins the gold for New Zealand. Tess Rootliff, a great silver for Canada. Courtney Jordan, the bronze. The finalists for the men's 100 freestyle S4. There's Michael Schumacher, Schumi, favourite of the Netherlands team. Darko Djuric, the reigning world champion, the reigning Paralympic champion is Gustavo Sanchez Martinez. Joe Ji-sung, 200 metres champion a couple of days ago. He will be very much the favourite for this one. Roman Zhadanov from Russia, great win yesterday in the 150 medley. And this man, David Smetanine, former Paralympic champion from France, very good 50 freestyle to be in the medals. Jin Jipeng from China goes in lane number 7, and Andrei Dervinsky goes in lane number 8 for Ukraine. You really can't see past this young man, Jo Gi-sung, the 19-year-old from Korea. Next to him, man, a couple of years younger, Roman Zhadanov, who proved a very tough competitor in the 150 metres individual medley, but he still start as favourites, but danger all over the pool here. Some big names: Darko Djuric, Sanchez Martinez, Smetanine. All experienced campaigners.
Well, Smetanine there with a really interesting start, almost starts lying parallel to the touchpads. He then sort of pushes himself away with one arm and immediately starts stroking the other. It's got to be swimming's equivalent of a Le Mans start. But Jo Gi-sung, as expected, in the centre there. Not much control over the hands, really just throwing them into the water, but he's so strong in his upper body that that forward motion is enough for him to pull his hips up and minimise that drag. Going right with him well is Roman Zhadanov as well. Zhadanov quickest on paper coming into this meet. But Jo Gi-sung, well, this is good freestyle swimming from the S4. His hands there come over. They're held very, very loosely indeed, as you would expect in this S4 class. As they come now into the final 25 metres, stroke shortening ever so slightly, but I don't think that Zhadanov has got enough to come back at him, Paul.
Well, we saw Zhadanov come back strongly to win the 150 metres individual medley. I don't think he's going to be able to do it this time. He is making a bid here because Jo Gi-sung is tying up. He's looking over, but Zhadanov is not going to be able to do it. And it is gold to Korea, 122.85, not far away from the world record. Zhadanov, the silver, and David Smetanine in for another medal for France. Bronze medal to Smetanine, but he couldn't catch the young man. The two teenagers, gold and silver. Jo Gi-sung, he was happy, delighted with that one.
Well, the bronze was picked up, as you said, Paul, by David Smetanine with that unusual start. There's David Smetanine. Oh, well, he was gold medalist in this event back in Beijing. Frenchman, bronze in London. There's Jo Gi-sung, the Korean winner. Here's the start, that unusual start in 6 from David Smetanine. But Jo Gi-sung, well, here you can see how his hands, not really piercing the centre of the water, more sort of slapped in slightly diagonally. But such upper body strength.
And he is punching the water there. Absolutely fantastic for Jo Gi-sung. Jo Gi-sung wins for Korea, a new championship record. Roman Zhadanov, the silver for Russia, and David Smetanine, the bronze for France. Presentations, again, it's the men's 100 freestyle for the S8 class.
Don't forget to keep your tweets coming in using the hashtag Glasgow 2015. Lots of tweets from Swim Ontario in Canada celebrating their victories. Tweets from New Zealand, Attitude TV, gold for Nikita Howard, dominating the breaststroke. Well, she certainly did.
Representing the Russian Federation.
Nikki Elliott from Australia, congratulations to Maddie Elliott on your awesome race. We're so proud of you back home. Lots of people watching these World Championships around the world, and there, the bronze medal awarded to Konstantin Lysenkov of Russia. Picks up his Highland coup. Tolly.
Oh, it's good accent, Giles. Well done.
I'm sure Craig Spence from Yorkshire will be on. Passionate tweeter. Big follower of Paralympic swimming.
Did he say it was Yorkshire?
Yorkshire.
I don't think I've got that right, have I?
I don't think you have.
No.
Well, there's the silver medalist, Wang Yinan. It wasn't a bad time from him in 57.28, and he's happy to get the silver, but he must also be wondering what on earth does he have to do to beat the man in the centre of the medal podium. Denis Tarasov of Russia, 55.84, blistering world record time. Could probably go even faster.
This was your classification, Giles?
It certainly was. I wouldn't be... I think I'd even make the final these days. Or even when I was at my best.
Great swim, Denis Tarasov, gold medalist in a new world record time for the Russian Federation.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for your medal.
Russian Federation, top of the medal table last night. And that has added to their tally of gold medals here at these championships.
Well, keep tweets coming in. Hashtag Glasgow 2015. And we will endeavour to read those out. Channel 4 Paralympics, celebrating Alice Tighe's fantastic bronze medal in the 100 metres backstroke.
This is the one that the Elliots will be looking forward to over there in Australia.
The winner of the bronze medal, representing Australia, Lakeisha Patterson.
Keisha Patterson returns to the pool where she competed in the Commonwealth Games last year, taking a bronze medal on that occasion, taking a bronze medal tonight. And just looking at what we have in prospect later on tonight, she will be returning to the pool in the Australian relay team later. And they've got a very strong quartet. Jessica Long. Well, it wasn't to be tonight for Jessica Long. But she will be back, I'm sure, in Rio 2016, trying to get the better of the young lady next to her, the centre of the podium. Jessica Long, great competitor. Wasn't very happy with the time she did today. Nothing she could have done about this young lady. A new world record swim for Madison Elliott.
Well, both hands in the air there. Big wave down the far length of the pool to the Australian team, who go through their traditional round of Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Big Australian team here, Paul.
Very much a unit for the Australians. They will be singing right now.
Well, that was lovely to see. Madison Elliott giving up the centre position on the medals podium. Some kind of crazy run-up.
Like a bear hug.
Like a bear hug. Well, Jessica Long is standing on prosthetic legs. And, well, she wanders around as if you would never know, would you? But I think Madison Elliott very nearly bowled her over the obligatory selfie, of course.
We need to do that, James.
Can't wait.
No. There's the Australian fans, nice hats. Just like us. Yeah. Dressed up tonight.
It's difficult to get the top of the headphone band over the top of our top hats, Paul.
Yeah. There's New Zealand. Celebrating that gold medal we've just seen. The confirmed result for the women's 200 individual medley, SM11, Mary Fisher from New Zealand wins the close contest with Daniela Schulte from Germany, Maya Reichard the bronze. The finalists for the men's 50 metres freestyle S9 class. Oh, this should be a really fast and close contest between these swimmers here. Alexander Demyanenko, very tight qualification. Brendan Hall, better known as a distance man, he's competing very well in the shorter distances here. Takuro Yamada from Japan, 4 World Championships under his belt. Alexander Skaliuk, the winner of the 100 freestyle, and Tamas Tok from Hungary, Paralympic medalist in this event. Big hope for Finland for a medal. Leo Latinmäki, a medalist at the last World Championships. Timothy Diskin, the 18-year-old from Australia, in 7, and Kasaba Mellinger, the second Hungarian in this final, in lane number 8.
Well, Brendan Hall, very mean look on his face. I think he's going to struggle at the start here. He is, just looking down the pool, the only swimmer starting on one leg only. Well, he did. He got left behind. But they are all now in a row. Expect Hall to come back of them, but it's about the centre lane. Todd and Shakula charging into the final 15, Paul. Too close to call.
No, Demyanenko going well in lane 1, and it could be Demyanenko in lane 1 here, but they're all coming back. Lane 3, Yamada, Skaliuk in 4. It goes to Skaliuk in 4. Yamada in second position for Japan, and Demyanenko from the outside lane takes the bronze, and Skaliuk, he left it late. I'm not sure if he can see that far, but he has doubled up. He has got another medal, another gold medal here at these championships. Yamada in second place, just 9/100 separating them, and Demyanenko just in that outside lane had a great effort and takes the bronze, but it was very, very tight.
Well, it was indeed. Just over half a second separating first from eighth. Skaliuk. It was a good performance from him.
Skaliuk takes the gold medal for Russia, Yamada the silver, and Demyanenko the bronze from the outside lane. Finalists for the women's 50 freestyle S9. Ellie Cole from Australia, 2 gold medals already at these championships, but Sarai Gascon in lane number 3, the world record holder, equal world record holder with the great Natalie du Toit of South Africa.
Well, and Conkley as well in lane 5. Going to be very, very tight for the gold medal in this. Ellie Cole, of course, is just in fantastic form at these World Championships.
There is Ashley McConnell. Well, Ashley McConnell will be back again for the relay later on. We're seeing all the Australian relay swimmers in finals tonight. Irina Grashtanova had a great heat swim. She is a World Championship medalist before. Sarai Gascon, well, she's not been on her best form, but you can never discount her in a 50 metres freestyle. Someone who has been on her very best form is Ellie Cole, and Michelle Conkley from the USA, a newcomer, silver medalist in the 100 freestyle. Ramlina, bronze medalist last year in the Europeans. She getting the medals again. Daniela Jimenez, a very good swim in the heats too. And Lin Ping in the outside lane, but as we saw from the men's race, you cannot discount anyone here. If you've got a lane in this final, you have a chance to win the medals. Ellie Cole, big smile there from the Australian. She is in the form of her life. What can the world record holder do? What can the American do in lane number 5? The final, the women's 50 freestyle S9.
Well, as we saw in the previous men's race, Ellie Cole with one leg, slower out of the blocks. Sarai Gascon of Spain going very well in the third, in lane number 3 with the black hat there. She is the current world record holder, 29.04. But also going well in lane number 5, poor Michelle Conkley of the USA, and also in the far side, Ashley McConnell.
Well, it looks like it could be Conkley here in lane 5 or Gascon in 3. It is lane 3, it's Gascon. She's done it for Spain. 29.41 for Sarai Gascon, and she has just believed in herself there. Looking at that scoreboard, it is gold to Spain. Sarai Gascon, Michelle Conkley in second position, 4/100ths behind the Spanish swimmer, and in third place Ellie Cole finished coming from nowhere to claim the bronze.
Well, when you're in form, you can come from nowhere to get a medal. There's a start. When Sarai Gascon, she had a green stripe down the side of her swimming cosy, and you can see she's already taking it an early lead, but the world record holder was pushed all the way. Now, it was won there because she managed to finish on a good arm at full extension. And you can see, well...
That's more relief, I think,
more
than
relief,
else.
Absolutely. Nothing left in the tank.
Sarai Gascon claims the gold for Spain, Michelle Conkley the silver for USA, and Ellie Cole the bronze for Australia. Next medal ceremonies. And the Japanese coach just peering over the side, manhandling his man into the right position there. Oh dear. There's Chris Cohen, member of the Paralympic Order, the IPC Athletics Supremo for many years, Chris Cohen. Agnes Chilak from IPC Swimming. Keiichi Kimura eventually finds himself in the right spot on the podium.
Yeah, it wasn't great on the butterfly and the backstroke legs, but really came into his own with the breaststroke and managed to bring it home on the freestyle.
I wonder what he makes of the feel of Dolly there, trying to work out what it is. This man will be disappointed. Israel Oliver. We were all talking about Spanish gold medal for this man. He was some way outside his best. 2 minutes 30. It's a silver medal.
The winner of the gold medal and world champion.
Well, you can see silver medal's okay for him, but he really wants the gold. He wants to be standing where this man is. Alexander Mishenko of the Ukraine collects the gold for the men's SM11 200 meters individual medley.
We did think Mishenko would be strong on the breaststroke. He didn't take the lead until the very final leg there, the freestyle, which was unusual, but very effective for the man from Ukraine.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for your medal.
Well, Ukraine, as we predicted prior to the start of these championships, they are picking up a number of medals. Remember to keep sending your tweets in. Giles is scanning through. We'll hopefully give you a mention if we get time. It's thick and fast here though. Race after race, final after race, and medal ceremonies following quickly on at IPC Swimming. Hashtag Glasgow 2015. We had some tweets in Dutch last night. We've got some tweets in French tonight for David Smettanine from Florence Bechin. Guessing she's congratulating David on his bronze medal for the 100 free. Great performance from the old campaigner, the veteran David Smettanine. And what about this for a head-to-head tussle? Mary Fisher, Daniela Schulte, Maya Reichard, the three medalists. Maya Reichard, well, she hasn't had her best event yet. The 100 breaststroke. She dominated the 100 breaststroke over the last few years, world record holder. And that was where she came through into the medal positions. Maja Richard from Sweden.
Representing Germany, Daniela Schulte.
Yeah, Schulte, well, how close was she to getting that gold medal there?
It was very, very tight, wasn't it? All came down to the tap, really, right at the very end. Mary Fisher just managing to get the touch ahead of Daniela Schulte. Well, here she is, Mary Fisher of New Zealand, the gold medalist for the women's SM11 200 meters individual medley. What a superb championship she is having.
Mary Fisher wins her third gold medal.
Please show your respect for the national anthem of New Zealand.
For New Zealand.
Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for your medal winners and thank you to our medal presentation partner.
Well, tweets coming in from Spain this time. Spanish tweet on congratulations there, Sarah Gascon. Gold medal. Record del Mundo holder, I'm guessing. That is Sarah Gascon. Your Spanish is better than mine, Giles.
What, and that's...
That doesn't say much.
It doesn't. Well, Erin Popovich, the great American swimmer, has just tweeted, great race, Michelle Conkley. Can't wait to see you do it next in the 50.
Is the Andrew Mullen fan club.
Kilts on there.
Big night for the Mullins. Closed a little bit later. It's the New Zealanders again. Camera loves these New Zealanders. The Dutch again. They got a gold medal to celebrate tonight. Summer Mortimer, the finalists for the men's 50 freestyle in the S6 classification. We saw a great display there in the heats this morning by two Chinese swimmers. Sviatoslav Lenski in the outside lane. It's very, very close though between all the swimmers. Maybe the top swimmer ahead of the rest. Semenenko in second lane there, lane number 2. And there was Zheng Tao, medalist last night, gold medalist in the 100 butterfly. But watch out for this man, the world record holder, Zhu Qing. That windmill action on his longer arm. Alexander Komarov had a good swim there, qualifying second position. Georgios Safaltos, well, didn't get off the start too well. He'll be hoping to get away better tonight. Sergei Klyagin swims for the Russian team in 7, and an Indonesian finalist here, Agus Nigimin from Indonesia, makes the final. Can he get himself into the medal position? Tough ask, because this man is just a joy to watch. Xu Qing and also Zheng Tao will swim. Has to touch the wall with his head, of course. And there's the Indonesian. What a swim in the heats. Ni Gui Min in the outside lane.
Take your marks.
Has a chance, but it will be tough.
Well, good start from Zhu. We don't get to see him race very often, but always amazing when he does. And wow, look at that arm. Begins to rev up. He's probably going, stroking almost, well, I'm not even going to guess, but he's going to be very, very tight here between him and Zheng as they come into the final 15, Paul.
Well, looks like Zhu might just have the advantage with that long arm, but Zheng is not giving it up at all. It is going to be Zhu keeping that turnover going. It's the world record holder. It's now the world champion. Zhu takes that one in a time of 30.18. It's gold and silver to China. Zheng Tao with a silver medal position, and it is Alexander Komarov for Ukraine in third position, but it was very, very tight behind him. But Xu Qing, well, the trademark windmill style of the Chinese swimmer. He was pushed all the way by that man, though. Zheng running very, very close, and Komarov will be delighted with that bronze medal.
Yeah, well, you can see Zhu here looking up at the clock, and it's actually, by his own high standards, not a particularly fast time. He wasn't, I called it at the start and said he was good out the blocks. Actually, in replay, he wasn't that good. You can see here, he just comes into the final 5 meters. He breathes. He didn't need to do that.
You don't get the full effect of that turnover in slow motion, do you?
You don't. You don't. It's like watching an egg whisk go down the pool.
Xu Qing takes the title for China. Zheng Tao the silver for China, and Alexander Komarov the bronze. The finalist for the women's 50 freestyle S6. Well, what can you say about this one, Giles? What a lineup for this one. Doromitzi Gonzalez, the Mexican, next to Great Britain's Ellie Simmons, a big crowd favourite here in Glasgow, the home swimmer. But what can she do against this 13-year-old Tiffany Thomas-Kane, the stars of the championships, along with this young lady, Yelitsavetsa Mereshko, Victoria Savtsova, the two Ukrainians in the centre lanes. Mereshko, a world record swim in the heats. Song Lingling from China in lane number 6. And another 13-year-old goes in lane number 7. Nicole Turner, who has had a fantastic championships for the Irish team. And it's Mantelano from Mexico who completes the lineup in lane number 8. The second Mexican in this final. They are in the outside lanes, but the Ukrainians are in the centre lanes. Savtsova, 2/100s outside. World record. Mereshko breaking the world record. Ellie Simmons, she is going to have her work cut out tonight, but she is a fighter, a battler, a competitor. Ellie Simmons next to the youngster, 13-year-old Tiffany Thomas-Kane. Savtsova, Ukraine,
Take your marks.
next to her teammates. This is going to be tight.
Well, Ellie Simmons got a fantastic start there. I think she'll struggle to live with the pace of these, and already Tiffany Thomas-Kane came up very well and takes an early lead, also going well. Nearest us in lane number 5 is Savtsova of the Ukraine, but Thomas-Kane not giving up now and coming through. Mereshko, also of the Ukraine, going to be very, very tight this one at the finish, Paul.
Well, Mereshko with the orange cap. It looks like it's going to be Ukraine 1 and 2. Mereshko coming through strongly. It is going to be gold to Ukraine, and it's gold to, oh goodness, well, the graphic's not quite correct, but it is Mereshko who gets it in 34.14, and it is a world world record time for Yelizaveta Mareshko. It's silver to Sapsova and bronze to Tiffany Thomas-Kane. Both the first two swimmers inside the world record mark, but the winner was Yelizaveta Mareshko. She pulled back in the closing stages. She used her strong arms in those finishing 5 metres to get ahead of her teammate Sapsova and the Australian Tiffany Thomas-Kane.
Well, here's the start, and you can see Tiffany Thomas-Kane and Ellie Simmonds get away first, but look at how much Tiffany Thomas-Kane takes out of Ellie Simmonds there. Here we come into the finish, and by this point, well, Mareshko had moved in front. Good finish, very boxy square finish, but it's good enough for a world record. Very good swim indeed.
I will bring you confirmation of those results as soon as we have them. Yelizaveta Mareshko takes the title 6/100ths ahead of her teammate Sapsova. It's a world record time for the Ukrainian. Tiffany Thomas-Kane in third for Australia. Great Britain's Ellie Simmonds in fifth. Now moving to more ceremonies, and we've seen some cracking swims tonight. We have seen some of the favourites coming through, living up to their billing. We've seen some of the youngsters come through and challenge the old guard, but normal service has been resumed in this one. Andre Brazil.
Well, there's Jane Blaine waving to the crowd.
Representing Canada, Benoit Huot.
Yeah, well, Benoit Huot, fantastic ambassador for Canadian swimming. Good result from him to pick up the bronze.
His first World Championships were back in New Zealand in 1998. 6 World Championships, 1 medals in them all. I make that 26 World Championship medals in all for Benoit.
Well, this young man, Oliver van der Voort, hasn't been a fantastic day for him. Went slower in the final than he had done in the heat. His heat time in the end wouldn't have been quick enough to win it, but lots for him to go away from these championships and think about. Has youth on his side. There's a curious little sort of jig there.
A little shimmy.
But this man, well, we didn't really think that he was going to be good enough for the gold medal. He was fantastic in the 50 metres freestyle. He's obviously in form at these championships. And it was a pretty flawless 100 metres backstroke, wasn't it, Paul?
It was indeed the first time that he has been under the 1 minute mark. He has competed in the World Championship since 2006. It's his 4th World Championship. 59.95. Andre Brazil takes the gold medal.
My sister-in-law is from Sao Paulo, and she always says that the Brazilian national anthem is famous for being incredibly hard to sing, and you can see there from their team just how hard they had to work just to keep up with the words. But 10 out of 10 for effort.
Andre Brazil didn't even bother. He just let his teammates take all the stress. To legends, you would say, of Paralympic swimming, side by side there. Andre Brazil, Ben Mahou. Still mixing it with the youngsters. Still going to be there next year.
Well, we move on to the women's event, and well, Summer Mortimer, spectacular heat swim she had, Paul. Set the world record. Number 105.86. Here is Alice Ty of Great Britain. It was a great swim from her to claim the bronze medal. Another bronze for Great Britain. Still not quite in the medals table where they would hope to be. But Alice Ty, well, that's great to see her smiling there with the bronze medal.
Winner of the silver, representing New Zealand, Sophie Pascoe.
Well, Sophie Pascoe, well, she laid it, left it all in the pool, as I say. She struggled to get out of the pool at the end of the race. Pool looked very ill. Well, looks like she's recovered now, all smiles. I think she really wanted the gold medal in this race, obvious to say, but you could see on her face the emotion that she wanted to be where this lady was standing in the centre. Summer Mortimer of the Netherlands, world record holder, world champion in the S10 100 metres backstroke. And Jane Blaine handing over the obligatory cuddly cow.
You're warming to that.
Ladies and gentlemen, please show your respect.
I've never been cool to it. Anyway, here's the national anthem of the Netherlands. Well, colourful character within world swimming come together for the victory photo. Keep your tweets coming. Blue and Stuff has been on. I wish I was at Glasgow 2015. I'll have to attend an IPC swimming event. I'm going to add it to my bucket list. Keep your tweets coming in. Hashtag Glasgow 2015. We'd love to hear what you're thinking as you watch these fantastic swimmers go about doing what they do best.
There's the Mullins we just saw there. Yeah, look. Would you get down there, please? Well, do what you're told. Yeah, there you go. Much better. Thank you. Andrew Mullen fan club is in there. Their man is up next. Andrew Mullen. The finalists for the men's 50 metres butterfly S5. Well, Daniel Diaz going by there. Can anyone challenge Daniel Diaz for this one? That's the Vietnamese swimmer. Tang Tung Vo goes in lane number 7, but here is lane number 1. Mani Abdel Salam from Egypt. Here's Tula Eroglu former European champion in this event, ahead of Andrew Mullen. But Andrew Mullen, the reigning European champion, the local man. Great support for Andrew Mullen. Roy Perkins, well, he is the reigning world champion. Caused a shock because he finished ahead of Daniel Diaz, the world record holder in this event 2 years ago in Montreal. Espineda Castro, he swam well in the heats to qualify in 4th position. There is Tan Tong Vo from Vietnam. What can he do in this one? And there is Darko Duric, world record holder for the S4 classification, but he's swimming up against the S5s today. Roy Perkins in the centre lane, the fastest qualifier. Andrew Mullen certainly up with Daniel Diaz in the heats this morning. Daniel Diaz just stroking away in the closing stages there. And Diaz will be very, very tough to beat, but Roy Perkins showed that it can be done in the last World Championships. What is going to happen here tonight in Glasgow?
Good start from Diaz, almost screws himself up into a ball before the start, and he's up and running very quickly, but Andrew Mullen making much better use underwater, as did Arabu in the outside of him. But here come back now the American and the Brazilian against Andrew Mullen. Can he hang on here?
It's going to be very, very tight. Daniel Diaz just edging it, but Roy Perkins is coming back in the centre lane. Mullen is going to take 3rd, I think. Is it going to go to Daniel Diaz? Is it going to go to Roy Perkins? It's Diaz who takes it by 0.1 of a second. Perkins in 2nd and Mullen in 3rd position. It's another medal for Mullen, but Perkins pushed Daniel Diaz all the way, but Diaz takes another gold medal for Brazil. Perkins, though, gave him a real scare. The American there takes the silver. And what about Andrew Mullen? He gave it absolutely everything there. Well up with the leading 2 in the early stages. Just in the last 10 metres did Diaz and Perkins begin to forge ahead.
Well, here's the start. Diaz very, very quickly out of the blocks, but underwater it was Andrew Mullen who was the best by far. Here he comes up. This is the finish. Well, it was very, very tight, as Paul said. Just 6/100ths of a second separated these two, and you can see there it's because this man, Daniel Diaz from Brazil, managed to finish on a full extension, whereas Roy Perkins came over for an extra stroke.
Daniel Diaz takes the gold for Brazil. Roy Perkins the silver. Andrew Mullen the bronze. The women's 50 metres butterfly S5 final. Here's Katalin Engelhardt from Hungary. We spoke about Sasha Kindred doing all 7 World Championships. Engelhardt has achieved the same feat. Viatova in lane number 2 for Russia. Joanna Maria Silva, whoa, really getting fired up for this one. She'll be hopeful of a medal. Sarah Louise Rung will be hopeful of the gold medal, but she may be challenged by Teresa Perales, Spaniard in lane 5. Reka Kedzi, European medalist last year in 6. Natalia Chauvel has featured in the major championships before. And Giulia Giretti, the Italian, goes in the outside lane, lane number 8. But here is Sarah Louise Rung, gold medalist in this event at the last 2 World Championships. But Teresa Perales has been in sparkling form here, the Spanish swimmer.
She certainly has.
Surprise victory in the 50 back. And there's Joanna Maria Silva. She was really psyched up there as they went along the line.
Take your marks.
Well, different styles of starting, but on paper, all about the middle 4 lanes. I really think that between lanes 3, 4, 5 and 6, someone is going to leave disappointed. Certainly on paper, Sarah Louise Rung is the fastest, but going well at the moment in lane number 2. is Deviatova of Russia, but Sarah-Louise Rung now coming through in the middle, but Deviatova having a great 50 as they come now into the closing stages.
Well, this is a bit of a shock. Deviatova challenging the big swimmers in the middle, but here comes Sarah-Louise Rung now, really stamping her authority on this one. It's going to be gold to Norway. It's gold to Sarah-Louise Rung. It's silver to Paralis. It's bronze to Rekka Kedzi of Hungary at a blanket finish for the bronze medal position with Chevelle, Silva and Deviatova. But it goes to Sarah-Louise Rung. She is the gold medalist. The pre-race favourite lived up to that billing, and in the end it was a comfortable victory ahead of Teresa Paralis and an extremely tight finish, but the bronze goes to Hungary. Rekka Kedzi, absolutely delighted.
Well, there's Sarah-Louise Rung, a terrific rivalry she has with Teresa Paralis. Here's the start again, very uneven, but the advantages, disadvantages play out. Sarah-Louise Rung breathing to the side to keep that body flat. There you can see she kind of doesn't finish at the full extension, has a bit of a glide in, but by then the damage was done. Big congratulations from Teresa Paralis of Spain. There, some Norwegians celebrating.
Sarah-Louise Rung takes the gold medal for Norway. Teresa Paralis the silver for Spain, and Rekka Kedzi, close contest for third, wins the bronze. Moving to more medal ceremonies. The men's 200 metres individual medley SM7.
The medals are presented by head of competition IPC swimming, Mr. Katz. Accompanied by
Katz from the Netherlands. This medal presentation party. Andrei Gladkov. Well, 3 of the strokes he had in this individual medley were sensational. The Russian swimmer. His breaststroke, well, wasn't the best.
Yeah, definitely the weak part of his medley. The medley, a real test of the depth of ability of a swimmer. Now this man, I don't think anything he could have done would have challenged for the gold in the end. It was a good swim for Matt Levy of Australia. Finished in a time of 2:38.12.
Winner of the gold medal and world champion representing Ukraine, Yevgeny Borodayko.
Well, Yevgeny Borodayko, a man in a class of his own in this event. Very quick indeed. Collects the gold medal for Ukraine.
He has dominated this event for the past few years. Multi-medal winner. Now European Championships, World Championships, Paralympic Games. Yevgeny Borodayko, gold for Ukraine.
and gentlemen, a round of applause for your medal.
The obligatory photo, of course. Keep your tweets coming in using the hashtag Glasgow 2015. Federica Moretto has tweeted to say, too much respect for you all, Glasgow 2015. Scottish Swimming and Disability Sports Scotland celebrating Andrew Mullen's 50-metre butterfly bronze medal. Lots and lots of people tweeting about the genius that is Daniel Diaz.
Next ceremony is the women's 200 metres individual medley for the SM7 class. I think we will see 3 very happy medalists this time. Courtney Jordan, always smiling. Here she goes. Jordan, medalist again. 200 medley. Couldn't consider best event, ever known as a freestyler, of course. Still got the best event to come, you would say, the 50 freestyle. Of course, we still have the relays to come tonight. And USA not. Well, they are in the centre lane, the USA for the relays. Courtney Jordan not part of that team. That's how strong it is.
Representing Canada, Tess Rootleff.
What about Tess Rootleff? She can hardly believe it. Came into the championships with a lifetime best of 3:12. She improved that to 3:08 in the heats and 3:04 in the final.
Fantastic progression from the Canadian, isn't it?
Well, that is a nice trick to do it at a major championships. Tess Rootleff.
Winner of the gold medal and world champion, representing New Zealand, Nikita Howarth.
Nikita Howarth, it's a second gold medal of the night for New Zealand. This was the event that she targeted. She won it as a 14-year-old 2 years ago. World Championship, she has retained her title. It's all about that breaststroke leg. So powerful. Nikita Howarth takes the gold for New Zealand. Another gold for the New Zealand team.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for your medal winners, and thank you to your medal presentation party.
Big hugs on the medal podium. And a nice huddle. Great stuff from these competitors here. Here is one of the fans here tonight, the Swedes.
That's our officials and all our volunteers around
Was bedecked in yellow there. There's support for Alice Ty. She did them proud tonight. Norwegians again. A few USA fans, a few Union flags as well. That's a bright t-shirt, my goodness.
I wonder what country he's from.
Oh, who knows?
Team USA.
So Alice go, she went. Excellent. Men's 50 metres backstroke S1 finalists. Well, just two countries represented in this one, Ukraine and Greece. We haven't seen a clean sweep of the medals yet at these championships. Seen them in previous games where one country wins the gold, silver and bronze. Well, it's a good chance for the Ukrainian team to do that.
Well, Hennady Boyko, who will go in lane number 4, is considerably quicker than the rest of the field. There's Alexander Golovko of the Ukraine. Do you think he could realistically challenge for a medal in this race, Paul?
Well, you never know. You see the S1 swimmers have some off days, and someone can just make big progressions in there. Hennady Boyko was one that certainly had made big progression over the last couple of years. He's one of the most consistent performers in this classification. Anton Cole, the youngest man in the field. And there is Karapides of Greece.
Big shave down. All the swimmers shaving down for this meet. There, the stern face of Hennady Boyko has virtually no control of his wrists and fingers and has to kind of plant his hands into the water rather than use them to pierce the surface, as we've been speaking about so much through this race.
This 50 backstroke event, we will probably see all of the swimmers being held by the feet. Technique that has been developed over the years. We come to the big championships, we see coaches see what other swimmers are doing, they learn from that. Of course, it is backstroke, so they are allowed the backstroke starting devices there. We see swimmer in the centre lane using that new backstroke starting device.
Well, there, look at that. You can see on the shot of the hands of Hennady Boyko there just how loose his wrists and fingers are. Hands above his head.
Take your marks.
Ready to start. Now, obviously, the disadvantage of having your head below the water is that makes it harder to actually hear the starting signal, but everyone using the same starting technique, so very much a level field in that sense. Hennady Boyko only able really to get his arms to kind of 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock, if you like, above, and really brings him out of the water at 4 o'clock and 8 o'clock. They really don't get that full 180 degrees. It's a very short pulling stroke, but it's good swimming here from the Ukrainian S1 swimmer. Well, there's absolutely no way that anyone is going to challenge him for the gold, Paul.
Well, the championship record stands at 108.38. He actually set that at the halfway split of the 100 backstroke earlier this week, so we know he's on great form. I'm not sure he's going to quite break the world record, but he is going to take gold, and it is gold to Hennady Boyko of Ukraine in 107.55. It's silver to his teammate Anton Cole in 117.23. And it will be bronze to Christoph Tampaksis. It's not going to be a 1-2-3 for Ukraine. Tampaksis takes that in 1:24.90. But Hennady Boyko, well, his entry time was 1:07.2. He's 1:07.5. Pretty consistent performing there from Hennady Boyko, and really, right from the start, it was never in doubt who was going to claim that gold medal.
Well, Hennady Boyko, unsurprisingly, the fastest man in the world this year coming into this meet. He's gone very close to the time that he set earlier in the year in Dnipropetrovsk in the Ukraine. And a very quick swim in April. Here's the start again. Well, very, very similar start styles across all of the disability types in this S1 class. But deployed best by this man, ends up on the half stroke.
Hennady Boyko takes the gold in a championship record. Anton Cole the silver, Christos Stampaxis the bronze. Start list for the final of the men's 50 freestyle S3. Grant Patterson from Australia goes in lane number 1. Next to him, Yannis Kostakis from Greece, a medalist in the big championships before. Vincenzo Boni from Italy, a good challenge for the medals here. Big 2 though in the centre. They've had some titanic battles in the past. Dmitro Vinohradets and Li Hanhua of China. Alexander Makarov, well, he's in good form. Young Russian swimmer. Angel Martinez Tuelo. Backstroke, his favourite stroke. Miguel Angel Martinez Tuelo. And Mikael Fredriksson goes for Sweden in lane number 8. Well, there is Vincenzo Boni from Italy. Makarov being lifted in there next to the Spaniards, Martinez Tuelo. It's a freestyle event. Fredriksson, his tattoos all obscured there by the marker. Again, a range of range of starting styles here. Dmitro Vinohradets face out to the water, but immediately onto his front as the starting signal goes.
Well, Mikael Fredriksson, nearest us in the yellow hat. The advantage he has in this class is the dive, but that's pretty much eaten up already. Look at the centre lanes, Vinohradets and Li of China, stroke for stroke, coming like literally almost stroking exactly the same rate. Looks like Vinohradets just about got the advantage here into the final 15 metres.
Well, I'm not sure if he has just yet. Vinohradets is being challenged by Li of China. It looks like it may well be goal for China. Oh, and the finish, oh, Vinohradets, he's reached for it and he got the better finish, and that was all that was in it, because Li from China had it in his grasp coming into the final few strokes, but the Ukrainian snatched it at the finish. And Boni comes in for the bronze for Italy. He will be delighted, but Vinohradets, he snatched that from somewhere. He has never been pushed as hard as he was in that race by Li Hanhua from China. And the Chinese swimmer, well, coming into the last couple of metres, I thought he had it. Boni came through strong for the bronze medal position, and he's delighted with that. But what a race between the leading two.
Very, very tight indeed. Here's the start again. Fredriksson nearest us. Well, great dive, but he fades very, very quickly. And very early on in the race, well, Li and Vinohradets, they were stroking exactly the same time. I think it was just really that slight advantage that Vinohradets has in reach that meant that he could win that race by 9/100ths of a second. He's been quicker in the past, Paul. His world record stands at 42.6, but well, that was set back at the Beijing Paralympics in 2008.
Pino Radets wins the gold for Ukraine by 9/100ths of a second from Li from China. Vincenzo Boni from Italy takes the bronze. Wow, Pino Radets there. My goodness. That was a very close contest between Pino Radets and Li. Pino Radets isn't pushed very often. He's very dominant in the S3 class, but the Chinese swimmer really challenged man from Ukraine. And he's moving on to another set of medal presentations. This is the S4 medalist here for the 100 freestyle.
The medals will be presented by Vice
Mix
President
of youth and experience here. Andrew Parsons, IPC.
Accompanied by Senior Sport Manager IPC Swimming, Agnes Sheila.
Sheila accompanying Andrew Parsons.
The winner of the bronze medal, representing France, David Smetany.
David Smetany on the medal podium again. He's coming up with the goods in these finals.
He's had a terrific career, hasn't he?
A bit of a conversation there. I think he's very happy. Still be winning medals at the age of 40.
The winner of the silver, representing the Russian Federation, Roman Sutanov.
Sutanov, silver medal tonight. Sutanov gold yesterday. And the young Russian did press the eventual gold medal winner. Closing stages there. He's going to have a collection of these medals to take back with him, as is this man. You didn't know much about him prior to these championships. You know about him now. Jo Jae-sung, another medal for the Korean, another gold medal, 2 gold medals for Jo Jae-sung at these championships. Becomes the most successful Korean at the IPC World Championships.
Ladies and gentlemen, please show your respect to the national anthem, Republic of Korea. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for your medal.
Well, they come together for the victory photo. Keep tweets coming in. Hashtag Glasgow 2015. John Dusselier, USA supporter. He's just settling down to watch the coverage of the swimming with some whiskey and some fudge. He's hashtag Scotch, Scotch, Scotch. So I think he's really getting into the Glasgow theme of these World Championships, Paul.
And why not?
And why not indeed? Why not indeed? Well, you know, I noticed that through the medal ceremony there. You managed to polish off a Tunnocks biscuit, very popular in Scotland.
That's right.
It's hungry work, isn't it? All this commentary.
I can eat half a caramel wafer at the duration of the national anthem. They're all the same duration, so I've managed to time it perfectly.
I have to say, it was very impressive. It was like watching lumber going into a sawmill. It just vanished.
Well, it's a well-honed technique.
Yeah,
I've built it up over the years.
It was literally 4 bars of the Ukrainian national anthem. Paul Noble managed to demolish a wafer-laden biscuit.
It's a skill.
Anyway, enough about the biscuits. Tell us about this lot.
Well, 2 Russians on the medal podium here. It's the S9 50 metres freestyle medalists. And, well, wasn't this a close contest? One of the closest races of the night. Bronze medalist from the outside lane, Alexander Demyanenko. We say, if you're in the final, you've got a chance. It doesn't happen very often, but it does happen because Demyanenko just proved it. And there is Takuro Yamada, been on the Japanese team for a number of years. This is his 4th IPC World Championships. And I don't think he's ever been on the medal podium before, so just goes to show you, persistence paying off there for Yamada. He was almost right at the top of that podium. It was only 0.19 of a second separating the top 3 swimmers. But Alexander Skaliuk doubles up. He won the 100 freestyle. He's now the champion in the 50 freestyle. Another gold medal for the team from Russia. Russian team just staying ahead of Ukraine. Ukraine have had a great night tonight so far. Not over yet, of course, but this promises to be a close contest between the 2 Eastern European teams, the Russian Federation and Ukraine. 2 biggest teams here at these championships.
Well, the Americans having a fantastic meet, as are Brazil and Australia. Equal number of golds between Brazil and Australia. Great Britain, the home nation, well, right the way down in 15th. Chat more about the medals table later on, no doubt, Paul.
Yeah, we're not over yet. Ellie Cole, what a fantastic championship she has had. We talked about her on day 1. Liz Johnson was talking about the surgery that she had on both of her shoulders. And just wondered how she would perform here at these championships.
Well, if anything, it's made her faster. She's absolutely electric.
You cannot argue with that. World record in the backstroke. There's a newcomer, a fresh face to Paralympic swimming. Michelle Conkley. Silver medal again. Silver behind Ellie Cole in the 100. silver again in the 50. Swimmer who had an accident 2011, newcomer to Paralympic sport. But Sarah Gascon, well, she was made to work all the way by the American. 4/100th of a second was the gap at the end. Sarah Gascon is the champion in the 50 freestyle. She is the world record holder. Shares the time, the world record, with Natalie Dutoy of South Africa. And Sarah Gascon is the world champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for your medal winners, and thank you to our medal presentation party.
Well, you can see there the height advantage that Michelle Concoli and Ellie Cole have over Sarah Gascon. Now, height is very important in sprint freestyle, but Sarah Gascon, well, where she really capitalises is on the start. She is so quick out of the blocks.
A few Spanish tweets coming in for Sarah Gascon earlier.
Yeah, from Paralympic Spain, celebrating her victory.
The finalists for the men's 100 breaststroke in the SP12 class. Now, the SP12 finalists making their way to the start. Here is Alexei Fedina from Ukraine, he's the fastest qualifier. Fanasiev from Kazakhstan. Two Kazakhstani swimmers in this final. Sergei Klippert from Ukraine in lane number 2. Here's the second Kazakhstani, Akhmetov. Lane number 3, Alexei Fedina, the world record holder, in lane number 4. World record in 104.07 for this event. Dmitry Saleh, Azerbaijan swimmer. Safutinov for Russia in 6. There's Maxim Varaksa in lane 7. Really took it easy in the heat. There's Sergei Punko. And he goes in the outside lane, representing the Russian team. But Alexei Fedina will be the favourite for this one. 106.92. Saleh close behind him in 107.54 from the heats. But there is the black cap of Maxim Varaksa. He may challenge here because really eased up in the heat this morning.
Well, Maxim Varaksa was the gold medalist in Beijing 2008. Hasn't been on the best of form this year. 111.7 is the best he's been, but Alexei Fedina in lane number 4, just in the black hat there, being chased by Dmitry Saleh of Azerbaijan. Looks like it's gonna be Saleh who's round first, but Fedina better underwater and up ever so slightly in front. It's good breaststroke swimming. These swimmers will be able to see about a metre in front of them, so they're going to see the end of the wall very, very late indeed, and it's going to make it difficult to finish on a full extension. But we're into the final 15 now, Paul.
And there is Fedina. He's showing his power there. The world record holder was challenged by Saleh in the early stages, but it's going to be gold to Fedina. It's a decent time, 105.25. Saleh gets the silver, another medal for Azerbaijan, and it's the bronze medal to Kazakhstan. Anwar Akhmetov from Kazakhstan gets in for the bronze medal position ahead of Safutinov. for Russia, and it was a good swim for Fedina. He's satisfied with that because Saleh challenged him so much in the opening stages of that. Saleh right up with him, and there is Akhmetov. Not sure if you'll be aware of where he finished. These swimmers will not be able to see the scoreboard 50 meters away.
Well, there's the start, and it was pretty evenly spread, but underwater, well, Fedina was better underwater. Saleh came back at him. It generates a good vortex as the hands spread out wide and then whip in for the squeeze. And then the legs come on to power as the hands go forward. Well, Saleh, I think he tried to go with Fedina, and there he almost manages to get the finish exactly right. He's left gliding just for a fraction of a second. But big smiles from the Ukrainian.
Alexei Fedina takes the title and a championship record of 105.25. Dmitry Saleh, the silver, and Anwar Akhmetov from Kazakhstan, the bronze. The final of the women's 4x100 meters freestyle relay, 34 points. Expect lots of noise here in the arena for the teams coming out. Canadians well prepared for this one, keeping themselves warm. With woolly hats on, as are the GB team coming out there. It's big anoraks on. Australia, they are going to be strong. McConnell, Patterson, Elliott and Cole. Russian Federation with Palyan, Grazanova, Kukanova, Mamlina. Canada have got a decent team. Roxon, Rootliff, Bird and Rivard. USA, they will be tough too. Cohn, Aston, Long and Conkley. Can GB challenge for the medals here? Cashmore, Kearney, Ty and Simmons on the last leg. Spain, Hernandez Sanchez, Gascon, Perales and Marquez Soto. And China in the outside lane here, lane 7, Wang, Jiang, Liu and Lin. 34 points, Giles. Well, it is a combination of classes.
That's right, any combination you want. Classic styles are 7, 8, 9, 10. You can have 2 8s, 2 9s, 2 7s, 2 10s, as long as you don't go over 34 points. And of course what that means is that the lead may well change several times as we go through this race. Got to say, Paul, really like the look of the Aussie team and the Americans, very evenly spread.
Take your marks.
They are off there. Great Britain going with Cashmore. Looks like the Aussies will start as favourite for this one, but a good start from Hernandez Sanchez from Spain on that first leg. She's an S10 swimmer, so the Spanish are going out with their higher class swimmer. They will have to balance that with a lower class swimmer later in the relay. And also China going well with Wang in lane number 7, and it is China going ahead. The S9 swimmer Wang ahead of the S10 swimmer Hernandez Sanchez, and it looks like third position. Well, that was the Australians, and that's Ashley McConnell, an S9 swimmer, way up there at the top of your screen.
Well, the Russians have gone with Annie Palyan, an S7 swimmer. They're then going to finish with 3 9s, so expect to see, although they're last at the moment, expect to see them come back very strongly. The Chinese now coming in for their first changeover. It's nice and safe. The Aussies over the far side of the pool, very safe also. Well, the Spanish also going well. The Spanish now burning up at 9, so they're going to have gone through 19 of their points, 19 of their 34 points. They're going to have to go with an S5 next, so although they're in the lead, Paul, they may well start to collapse as we go on to the third leg. Well, the GB team are very much following a similar pattern and are sending out more points early on, and will later on bring it back with Ellie Simmons. But they're going to have to start moving up the field now if they're going to give Ellie Simmons any kind of room to be able to put them in the medals.
Great Britain really need to take a lead to let Ellie Simmonds hold on. It's Lakeisha Patterson for Australia going well with the yellow cap. It is Spain leading now with Sarai Gascon, the 50-metre champion, chased by Tully Kearney from Great Britain there. It is going to be Spain, but they will have to now go with Teresa Perales, the S5 swimmer. Great Britain should take the lead here, and it is on for Great Britain. Alice Ty. Great Britain really taking it out. Madison Elliott is in for Australia. They have Ellie Cole on the final leg. Jessica Long is in for the USA. They are also going to be in the hunt. Great Britain really need to give Ellie Simmonds an advantage going into the last leg, because Ellie Cole will be much faster than Ellie Simmonds. 3 classes between them, the Australian Ellie Cole and Ellie Simmonds. But Alice Ty doing a great job for the GB team.
Well, and the home crowd are really warming to her, but she is not opening up a big enough lead against Madison Elliott of Australia over in lane number 1. The Australian doing very, very well to hang on against the 2-point advantage, 3-point advantage that Alice Ty has over her. Here comes the GB change. Will it be a safe one? Yeah, looks very good, arguably too safe. And the Australians are now coming in, and just out of shot, they've switched over. Ellie Cole is in the water, and she is hunting down Ellie Simmonds now, also going well in lane number 4, the USA, Michelle Concoli, the S9 swimmer. Ellie Simmonds now, well, where can she hang on, Paul?
Well, I think Ellie Simmonds, the best that GB can hope for is bronze at the moment. The advantage that the GB team had over Australia was not enough for Ellie Simmonds to hold on, even at her very best. Ellie Simmonds cannot hold off the advancing S9 swimmers. Ellie Cole is heading for home now. Michelle Conkle goes past Ellie Simmonds, and it's between Australia and the USA for the gold and silver. Ellie Simmonds looks like she's going to do a job for the GB team and hold on for the bronze medal position, but it's going to be the Aussies coming home. Ellie Cole being pushed by Michelle Conkley all the way, but it's going to be gold to Australia. They come in for the gold medal position. 4:24, USA the silver, and Simmonds did a great job for Great Britain to get them into the bronze medal position. But it was always going to be a real tough ask for the GB team for Ellie Simmonds to hold on against the 2 S9 swimmers on the final leg. Madison Elliott congratulates Ellie Cole in the water. A superb performance from the Australian team in that outside lane. The Americans came back strongly. The gap was 1.2 seconds at the end, and Great Britain hang on really well for the bronze medal.
Absolutely. Well, Ellie Simmonds, stern look on her face. She always wants the gold medal. But you have to hand it to Australia. They put together a very good relay swim indeed. Well, there's Ellie Simmonds. No, it's, yes, Ellie Simmonds. But that was the point at which the lead changed. And Conkley of the USA having those extra points over Ellie Simmonds. And the finish, good anchor leg from Ellie Cole. Busy night she's had.
Fantastic for Ellie Cole. What a championship she is having. There is the Australian quartet. Nicole, Madison Elliott, Lakeisha Patterson and Ashley McConnell. There they are, congratulating the swimmers, the team, all there. They're all lined up, all the Aussies. Absolutely superb, Australia. That was fantastic performance from the Australian team. The USA, they pushed them. And here is the celebration. Ellie Cole in the water there. Big hug from Ashley McConnell. That will be her first major international title. Ashley McConnell. The result is confirmed of the women's 4x100 freestyle relay. Australia, the gold medalist, USA, the silver, Great Britain, the bronze. love the relays trials, don't we?
Don't we just? Wow. Well, more relays to come as the week goes on. Of course, there'll be the men's version of the race you just saw, but there will also be the blistering 34-point medley relay. Well, that is always... it's so difficult to call, isn't it? Because the teams are much more rigidly forced to follow the order of the strokes that they have to deploy their swimmers into. Unlike the freestyle relay, where you can just sort of mix people around and choose what you think will be strategically best, it makes for some absolutely fascinating racing.
We'll get the calculators out for those medley relays, that's for sure. Australian's going to be hard to beat, though, you would think. Well, Komarov from Ukraine on the medal podium here. Around for a few years now, Komarov. And first time on an individual basis he's been on the medal podium at a major international. There is Zheng Tao. Let's see if Jane Blin can make a better job than Superstar did last night of the mascots. Oh, it's Jocelyn McLean there. Oh yeah, there we go. That's the way to do it. Congratulations to Zheng Tao. But he couldn't beat the man in the centre, the windmill stroke of Zhu Qing. Not quite at his very best today, but certainly good enough to take the gold medal. Only just though, less than half a second from his teammate. Is gold and silver to the Chinese swimmers. Zhu Qing with the
Ladies and
gold.
gentlemen, please show your respect. National anthem, People's Republic of China. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for your medal.
Well, the victory photo. Keep your tweets coming in. Amar Brethnach. I hope I've got your name there. From Ireland. Very impressed with the number of season's bests and especially PBs from Team Ireland in the pool. Keep it up. Well, and lots of people tweeting about the relay that's just gone. Erin Popovich of Team USA. Great job, ladies, on the silver. Filbert Fox, that relay was amazing. Well done, ladies. I screamed to myself, horse.
It's such a good event, the relay. Twists and turns all the way. The lead changing hands. Tactics coming into force, but in the end...
It's a real test of team depth, isn't it? Real test of it. Andy Jolly watched the GB Para Relay team at Glasgow 2015. Has really enjoyed the coverage. Jim McCormick picking up on just how successful the Ukrainian team have been. Tiffany Thomas-Kane, well, almost out of superlatives for her. We're not even halfway through the competition. She is already a superstar. I think next year in Rio, well, she's lining up with some real sizzlers, particularly with Britain's Ellie Simmons, Paul.
Now, Tiffany Thomas-Kane burst onto the scene here. 13 years of age, it's hard to believe.
Representing Ukraine, Victoria Savtsova.
Victoria Savtsova from Ukraine. 50 meters freestyle. Probably her favourite distance. 34.20 was the time for Savtsova. Inside world record that was set this morning, 34.45. Just the silver medal for the Ukrainian. His teammate went a little bit faster than Elisaveta Mereshko. Wins again, a world record again, 2 world records in the day for Mereshko. 34.14, absolutely nothing in it. 6/100ths of a second separating the two Ukrainians. Ukraine having a great evening tonight. We'll see very shortly if they've been able to catch the leaders from last night, the Russian Federation, but it is gold medalist Mereshko.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for your medal.
No, we did talk about Ellie Simmonds bursting onto the scene in Beijing in the S6 class. She has dominated that class in recent years, but the emergence of these young ladies, it is just going to be such a hot contest in Rio next year.
It really is. Big smile there for the camera.
I think the person pushing her maybe should stop looking at the camera and concentrate on what she's pushing, the swimmer.
Absolutely.
Well, the Andrew Mullen fan club stayed around for this one, that's for sure, because their man did them proud.
The winner of the bronze medal, representing Great Britain, Andrew Mullen.
There he is, the young man, the Glasgow man, Andrew Mullen. Here's the fans, they've come out in force tonight. It's another medal for Andrew Mullen. Bronze medal this time. He was challenging the two big names ahead of him. Had a great start, didn't he?
Had a fantastic start. Can really do with capitalising on it even more if he can between now and the Rio Paralympic Games. Well, this man wanted the gold medal. So tight with Daniel Diaz. Roy Perkins of the USA.
Gap at the end was just 16/100th of a second. Continuing the close finishes we have had tonight. But it's another gold medal performance for the Brazilian Daniel Diaz. But he was made to work all the way for that one. Roy Perkins finished ahead of him at World Championships 2 years ago. Daniel Diaz didn't like that at all. Perkins really challenged here. Really tiny margin was the victory of Daniel Diaz, but he was there. And the gold medal goes to Brazil.
Well, there's the trademark Daniel Diaz finger wag.
What has Andrew Mullen got to do to get on terms with these two big names? They know each other very well now. Perkins and Diaz been around a little bit longer than Andrew Mullen. Andrew Mullen making progress, and he's got another year and a bit to work before he comes against these guys in Rio next year.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're now bringing the victory ceremony for men's 50 metres backstroke S1 final.
Men's S1, keep sending those tweets in. Still a few more medal presentations to enjoy tonight. Try and read out some of these messages that are coming in from all over the world. Medal for Greece, Christos Stampaxis. Has been fixtures in the Greek team over the last, well, probably over the last 2 decades now. Christos Stampaxis, one of veteran swimmers here at these championships. Anton Cole ahead of Stampaxis, clearly ahead, 1:17.23 for young Ukrainian. We've seen gold and silver to the same country on a couple of occasions tonight. This is another one, and Ukraine.
Representing Ukraine,
Great night, Hennady Boyko, championship record 1:07.55, beating the time that he did in the split in the 100 backstroke 2 days ago. Hennady Boyko takes another gold medal for Ukraine, his second of the championships. Lost count how many medals Ukraine have had tonight, but it is a real hatful for the Ukrainian team. Ukraine strong throughout the whole classifications, Giles, right from the S1s right through to the S13s. We've seen them win gold medal.
Lots of tweets coming in talking about Daniel Diaz's victory in 50 meters freestyle. Sorry, 50 butterfly. My Portuguese isn't as good as it should be.
Something to work on for Rio, Giles.
Yeah. Lots to work on.
That's true. Well, just waiting for the medalists to make an appearance for the women's 50 meters butterfly. There's the Italians. Well,
those hats. They're brilliant.
Oh, there's some excited fans there. Yeah. Excellent. There's Superman. Look at that. Part of the Mullen contingent. There's the Norwegians. They'll be waiting for this next ceremony. Go Alice, go! Well, she did a good relay leg, didn't she, Alice Ty? Here's the one the Norwegians will have been waiting for. Sarah Louise Rum. Teresa Perales. Rekha Kesdi. Delighted with her bronze medal performance. Here's Rekha Kesdi. It was a blanket finish for the bronze medal position. It was Rekha Kesdi from Hungary, followed up her bronze medal in the Europeans last year. Bronze medal in the Worlds now. These, of course, are the events, Giles, next year that will be conducted in Rio. This is the Rio programme that is being conducted here, so there's the results of these really do matter. They send down a marker for next year, definitely.
Well, Teresa Perales of Spain. What a winning smile she's got. Champion here already this week. Silver medal today. A real ambassador for Spain, Paul. Been around a long time. Lots and lots of championships under her belt, holding up Tully the Highland coup.
You nearly got there, James.
Nearly.
That's good, yeah.
I'll have it by the end of the week.
Sarah Louise Rum. Again, Norwegian continues her run of success in this event. Quite the only swimmer in her country to hit the medal table, but she's certainly the most successful Norwegian swimmer that we've seen for many a year.
Ladies and gentlemen, please show your respect to the national anthem of Norway.
These swimmers will be back. Sarah Louise Rung certainly, and Teresa Perales back for more events later in these championships. Still 3 days to go. We have gone past the halfway stage. 7-day week. This is the end of day 4.
Well, tweet from Courtney Jordan just in. Won my 3rd medal here in Glasgow 2015 World Championships. A bronze, of course, in the 200 individual medleys. 3 more races to swim for US Paralympics. And a big smiley face. Well, she's been a superb competitor. Well, this man in the centre, Vino Radetz, he is a class apart.
He is. He always seems to get that touch in the centre lane. Really had a fight on his hands this time though. Vincenzo Boni from Italy. 48.45 for the Italian. Italians had a great European Championships last year. They have been a little bit quieter at the World Championships, which you would expect, but still a lot of talent coming through the ranks for Italy. And the bronze for Vincenzo Boni. Li Hanhua, Chinese swimmer. First we have seen him today, his first event. Knew that he would be able to challenge Dimitro Vino-Radetz, and I really thought when they came into the finish that Vino-Radetz was going to be beaten there. Wasn't to be for Chinese swimmer Li. It's silver this time. The 50 freestyle. And a good look at that medal. It's the first medal of these championships. It's not the first medal for Dimitro Vino-Radetz. Normally expressionless. A little bit of a smile tonight, Giles.
Oh, look at that. Positively beaming by his by his usual standards. He's having a bit of a surly look though as the Highland coup is delivered to him.
Ladies and gentlemen, please show your respect to the national anthem, Ukraine. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for your medal.
Vino-Radetz makes another gold medal here in Glasgow. It's another Highland coup to his collection. A couple more presentations before we end this evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now bring you the victory ceremony for the men's 100 breaststroke SB12 final. The winner of the bronze medal, representing Kazakhstan, and you are...
This is the men's SB12 100 breaststroke medalist. Medal for Kazakhstan, Akhmetov. 108.48 for the Kazakhstani swimmer. Second swimmer at these championships to get a medal for that country. Medal for Azerbaijan, Dmitry Sarai. 6.93, did challenge for the lead. In fact, he led it halfway, but just couldn't quite live with the pace of the world record holder for the second half of that race. Fedina.
Representing Ukraine, Fedina.
Congratulates his competitor, sporting a big mop of hair this time. I've seen him with a completely bald head before. Sometimes you wonder if it is him after all the different hairstyles he's got, but it is Alexei Fedina. Championship record 105.25, 105. Fantastic 100 breaststroke time. Ukraine have had a great night tonight.
Ukraine. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for your medal winner.
Well, keep your tweets coming in as ever. Craig Harris, well done, Team GB. Great night of swimming. Keep those medals and PBs rolling in. Penelope Amet, well done, girls. Another medal in the bag. The Norwegian Paralympic Committee celebrating Sarah Louise Rung's gold. Paralympics Netherlands celebrating Summer Mortimer's fantastic day here in the pool. World record this morning. Claire Bothwell, go Scooter. Such a treat to see my Australian cousin Grant Patterson swim in the IPC World Championships tonight in Glasgow. Well, coming out now, the medalists from the women's 4x100 freestyle relay, 34-point relay. And, well, the team from Australia pretty much flawless across the board, Paul. Interesting strategy, went out then really, I think for me, the point at which the relay was really held was when Madison Elliott, but this is Great Britain. Ellie Simmonds, Alice Tye, Tully Kearney, Claire Cashmore. Claire Cashmore led the team out. It was a good leg from her. The team had to make sure that they got Ellie Simmonds into the water with enough space to be able to claim the bronze medal. There's Tully Kearney receiving hers. Alice Tye, second of the night. And, well, a lady that needs no introduction at all. Ellie Simmonds receiving the bronze medal from Jane Blaine.
Great job from the GB team. We have lost some swimmers through injury here for these championships. Come back strongly in that relay squad. Great relay team. Medal podium. Again, great team effort from the GB girls.
The winner of silver, United States of America.
The USA were very, very close here.
USA representing
First swimmer to see the medal, Mackenzie Cohen. Hannah Aston, the youngster, 15 years of age. Interestingly, the Americans and the Australians had exactly the same combinations there, 2 8s and 2 9s. Jessica Long, another medal for the great champion. Michelle Conkley, final leg swimmer there. She just couldn't get back on terms with the Australians. But a good performance from the USA team.
Yeah, well, it really is so important, isn't it? If you can spread your points evenly across your team, it really does make a big difference. See it quite often in Paralympic relay teams. Teams will leave a big deficit to catch up. The Australian team, well, unstoppable on the night. Once Madison Elliott had held off the charge from everyone else, by the time they could deploy Ellie Cole in, well, she could overhaul Ellie Simmonds, bring them home for the gold medal.
Ashley McConnell, her first major championship medal. Lakeisha Patterson was on the medal podium earlier alongside Madison Elliott and Ellie Cole. Another gold medal for Ellie Cole. Sure, she would not have dreamt of this prior to these championships. What a start that Ellie Cole has had. Great performance there from the Australian relay team.
Ladies and gentlemen, please show your respect for the national anthem of Australia. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for your medalists and thank you to our very presentation.
The Australian team determined to finish that first verse of the national anthem. All lined up at the other end of the pool. The Aussies, that's where the athletes' seating is.
Well, it's a lot of hugging going on the medal podium. I think if everyone, you'll have to do the maths matrix, Paul. If everyone hugs everyone else, how long is it going to take for them to get assembled for various photos and things? Well,
it's all gone wrong, I think.
It's all mixed up. I think it's.
Oh, have I? No, I've seen you already. No, hang on.
Yeah,
no.
Well done. Oh, hello, someone new. All right, let's have a big hug.
Let's see if Madison Elliott can actually topple Jessica Long this time.
Yeah.
Claire Cashmore's taking control, though. It's all right. Now that is the final action of this evening. The medal standings after day 4 of this championship. Ukraine and the Russian Federation locked together with gold medals with 16 apiece. It's been a great evening for the team from Ukraine. The USA clear in 3rd position, 9 goals for the USA team, and Australia and Brazil on 6 goals apiece. They've had a good evening too. New Zealand and the Netherlands are having good championships, picking up medals on each day of the competition. Belarus, well, it's Ihar Boki on his own for the Belarus team. The Chinese had some good performances tonight, a gold and silver medal in the men's S6. Great Britain, the host nation, well, they still have that solitary gold from yesterday from Ollie Hine. They lie in 15th position in the medal tables, but they do have 18 medals in total. Well, that is the final action of the night. Thank you very much for Giles Long for your company tonight. We will be back here for day 5 of these championships tomorrow. It all kicks off at 10 o'clock local time here in Glasgow. We will see you in the morning.